they can get wins over Shen and St. Albert will secure that Hawkeye 10 conference dual title. And Coach, we'll get to that in a moment, but we got to go back to last weekend, Friday and Saturday, and you come off a win over Glenwood and Clarendon dual, and you turn right around and take that momentum into Corning at the Activity Center. You win the Roland Dyer tournament Friday and Saturday, and you got to feel pretty good about what's been happening here later here in this season. But go back this weekend. What was some of the keys to success for the Trojans?
First, thanks, Tom, for doing the coverage tonight. Should be a fun. We have 3 duels tonight. Senior night, our last 2 Hawkeye 10 duels, and we've got Villa Dance coming to put on a performance, and we'll introduce our 3 senior wrestlers and our 4 senior managers. Those 7 kids have put a lot of time and effort into the program, so we're excited to honor them tonight and hopefully wrestle well. Looking back at John Harris, team title, awesome for the kids. 2 years in a row, they're kind of back-to-back to win the John Harris. Speaks volumes of how well these guys are wrestling. They're competing hard, and they're scoring a lot of bonus points. I think when you kind of ask the key there, they're out there working for tech falls and major decisions and pins, and all those points add up when you get in those tournament settings. Everybody's going to have guys, and guys place high, but our guys are doing a great job getting bonus. I think when you look back at it, we had 8 guys in the top 3, so a real team effort. 2 champs, the 2 champs, Keaton Schrader at 120, Braxton Haas at 132. Both those matches, I think you look at those 2 matches, both were against winner set opponents that beat them last year. And so that's good for those guys to see that they're improving and get wins over those 2 guys that beat them last year. And the other 3 that were in the finals, Dayton Van Horn lost a close 2-1 match. We've got to get away. We've got to get a point there and get to an overtime situation. But Dayton had a pretty good win in the semis and continues to improve. You move up. You look at Calvin Hayes at 150. It was kind of one of those matches, kind of back and forth, and a good opponent, and and then Jaden Harder at 157. All 3 of those guys with runner-up finishes, but had good tournaments. So something to build on for them. And like I said, we had 3 more thirds and a few more guys down there in that 5th place match. So a good weekend all in all. When you look back, that's 3 hard days of wrestling. You wrestled, a tough team in Glenwood on Thursday, turn around, wrestle early rounds of the John Harris there on Friday, and then Saturday come back and semifinals and finals. So the kids competed hard. We like where we're at. We know there's still more. I think our best wrestling is still in front of us. So that's the positive, that we can still make some strides forward, and that's the goal, and these guys are excited to keep pushing here towards the end of the regular season.
Well, and that regular dual season ends this evening with Southwest Iowa and St. Albert and Shenandoah, Coach, and size up the competition for tonight.
Yeah, I think our first duel will be Shenandoah. They've got a nice kid at 113. Wooten kid's been wrestling. He's been improving. We saw him this weekend. Roush at 144 was a John Harris champ. That kid, he has gotten better and better, and he's real good there at 144. Major at 157. A strong kid, real dangerous. Kind of a big move guy, so we've got to stay in good position there. Jacob McGargle at 165. He's probably one of the premier wrestlers in Southwest Iowa, and he's going to be a guy right there vying for a state title. So he's a real good competitor for Shenandoah at 165. 175, Tyler Babe. He has grown, all 3 years, 4 years now, and kind of grown into a 175-pound kid, and he's a good wrestler. And then Lies our Lilies and Dickerson and Fuller up top for them are all upperclassmen guys that have wrestled some form, so they're going to be tough. And so for us, it's, those matches are matches we're going to see again at the district tournament, and matches we're going to see Saturday at the Hawkeye 10 tournament. So each individual needs to get out there and wrestle their best and work to stay offensive and score points.
What about St. Albert in Southwest Iowa, Coach?
Yeah, I think when you look at St. Albert, they have a real good kid in there, Raymond. He's a tough wrestler. A kid that's placed high in the Hawkeye 10. And he's probably, it's Sam Raymond. He's probably their best wrestler, wrestling 157. So he and Harder should be a good matchup there. And then some of the other guys are improving. We've seen their kids getting better. There's a Hamilton kid that's getting better, and we know the coaches there, Coach Lear, he's doing a good job, and their kids. They're getting more numbers and they're growing. So we saw them early at the Council Bluffs Classic. So it'll be interesting to see them here again at the end of the season and see how much, how much better they've gotten over the year. We know that, like I said, they're well coached. And so they're going to come out and compete hard. And then the last duel of the night, Southwest Iowa, they're kind of one of those teams that's been on the bubble. Sometimes they're 1A, sometimes they're 2A, back down into the smaller school division, the 1A division here. But they've got a Schaaf kid in there that is pretty tough. I think there's a Moreland kid that's been winning some matches, and they're going to have a pretty solid lineup. They should be able to fill most of the weight, so it should be, a competitive duel. And, they're going to come out and wrestle aggressive and try to score points. We know that. And they're not afraid to try to hit, big moves. If you're standing around and you're not ready, they will hit some throws. And they have, surprised a few people because of that, because of their aggressiveness. So for us, we've got to stay in good position, stay on the offense, and should be a fun night. Like I said, we're a couple duels away from winning Hawkeye 10 dual title. So that's big for the kids. They understand that. They want to come out and wrestle well, and that was one of their goals at the beginning of the season. So that's something that, they've got an opportunity tonight to go and try to complete that goal.
Coach, thank you very much. Again, great season. Thanks for all you do in this program, this product that you put on the mat here. And we're looking forward to this one tonight. I know the fans are. And, of course, this weekend, the Hawkeye 10 Conference, folks, that's down at Glenwood. And a lot more on that coming up here as well. Thanks a bunch, Coach. Best of luck tonight. We'll talk to you afterwards.
When you're on the go, it's all about convenience. Add fantastic food, beverages, plus BP superior fuels, and you have Olson's BP in Atlantic. From sunup to sundown, we're the keep you going store. From our loaded breakfast burritos and Bunker Dunker donuts to our delicious Champs chicken and pizza to go, we have the food you crave. Don't forget the cold beer in the beer cave. Stop in and fill her up. There's always something you need at Olson's BP, the keep you going store, 2nd and Locust in Atlantic.
At Oak Point Wealth Management, we're embracing new changes to better serve you. As an independent wealth manager, I'm excited to partner with LPL Financial, bringing you comprehensive tools and resources backed by personalized service and dynamic technology. My focus remains on helping you achieve your financial goals with integrity and care. Visit oakpointwealth.com or call me, Erin Friend, at 712-207-3521 to learn more.
Welcome back to Atlantic. Tom Robinson with you, along with Coach Mike Grieving, the head girls coach, with us here this evening. Of course, Knox McCullough behind the camera. We're live streaming here on WesternIowaToday.com, TV, and YouTube as the lineups are coming up here. Atlantic will start off for wrestling against the Shenandoah, and it'll be Southwest Iowa and St. Albert. Then Atlantic will wrestle St. Albert second, Southwest Iowa and Shenandoah, and the Trojans will end up wrestling in Southwest Iowa in that third match here tonight, this quadrangular. And Coach Grieving, this is, well, we're going to get the starters here first of all. And I guess the perspective, they'll move around a little bit, I'm sure, here. But when we look at the Atlantic Shenandoah matchup, Dayton Van Horn at 106 for Atlantic. Looks like Shen might be open at that weight class. But again, we'll have to wait until we see what the coaches' moves are. At 113, it'll be Hunter Kinsey, the freshman, and Carter Wooten, the freshman from Shenandoah. And then Atlantic has Keaton Schrader. He'll wrestle at 120. Colin Harris at 126. And the Mustangs appear to be open at 20 and 26. Braxton Hass at 132. And Shen open at 132. And then it looks like we've got contested matches after that, Coach. We go to 138, Landon Hagan and Aiden Dingus. 144, Carter Hadley will wrestle Hayden Roush. At 150, Calvin Hayes and Blake Burdorf. 157 is Aiden Harder and Lucas Major. 165, Draven Smith and Jacob McCargill. McCargill ranked second in the state. And he's coming off a title at the Roland Dyer tournament. Coach Duff speaks very highly of McCargill. At 175, Callan Cleaver and Tyler Babe. At 190, Donovan Hedrington and Charlie Lyles for Shenandoah. At 215, Traven Thomas and Landon Fuller. And at 285, Cooper Woolsey and Will Burning. And Matty Burning, head coach for Atlantic. Tim Duff, the head coach for the Trojans, here as we get set. And you look at Southwest Iowa, they're wrestling against St. Albert here to start things off. St. Albert is open through 120. And for Southwest Iowa, Coach mentioned it's 4 open weights for Southwest Iowa. They got Max Mount at 6, Evan Lang at 113, Connor Ward at 120. Then you've got the match at 126 with Brody Pellet and Aiden Luke. 132, St. Albert has Benny Johnson and Southwest Iowa open. 138, Ole Messenger and Paxton Campbell for Southwest Iowa. At 144, Blake Schaaf of Southwest Iowa and Nash Moreland at 150. And St. Albert opened at 44 and 50. 157, Sam Raymond having a good year for St. Albert. He'll wrestle Flint Bell of Southwest Iowa. 165, Micah Hutchinson for St. Albert and Cullen Ward for Southwest Iowa. At 175, Cohen Hamilton for St. Albert. And at 190, Andrew Beckman for St. Albert. Southwest Iowa open at 75 and 90. At 215, Andrew Tamayo will wrestle Garrett Thompson. Tamayo from St. Albert and Thompson wrestling for Southwest Iowa. And at 285, Luke Sundberg for the Falcons. And it appears Southwest Iowa is open. But I'll tell you what a year the Trojan boys have had. Unblemished the Hawkeye 10 Conference, and they can seal the deal tonight here against Shenandoah and St. Albert. They win both those matches. They'll be the champions, as we're going to have our color guard step out to the center of the mat here tonight. Big night of wrestling. Villa Dance will be performing here between these first matches here this evening. Again, Shenandoah and Atlantic will start things off at a mat 1, and Southwest Iowa and St. Albert will wrestle on mat number 2. 3 matches we have tonight here on our live video stream, westerniowatoday.com, and our YouTube. We'll keep it right here for the national anthem. Welcome back to Atlantic as we get set here. Dayton Van Horn At 106 for the Trojans, it looks like Shenandoah might be open. At that weight class, we'll have the Atlantic Shen match, and we'll have Southwest Iowa and St. Albertville wrestled on mat number 2. Look forward to this one, and talk a little bit more about Atlantic. They've had a great season, Mike.
Absolutely. You know, this team, I think each year, every year, for sports, they're real cyclical in terms of their teams that are really exciting and good to watch, and this is a really strong team. I have coached them in the 3rd, 4th grade, so I know these guys fairly well. And so, you know, early on, we knew if they stayed together as a group, they were going to have some success. And here we are, ramp up to a lot of good stuff, and they're wrestling really well. They're well coached, so it's been a really good year for Atlantic.
Here comes Dayton Van Horn out for Atlantic at 106 pounds for the Trojans. And Van Horn will win by a 4-foot, and Atlantic will be up 6-0 on Shenandoah. As we go to 113 pounds, Hunter Kinsey will be coming out for the Trojans. And for Shenandoah, it appears it'll be Carter Wooten. We'll check officially here, but Hunter Kinsey will be coming out for Atlantic here. Nice crowd on hand, Coach.
Yeah, you know, the Atlantic crowd and everyone is really supportive of the sport. Very exciting. It's just such a good atmosphere for the kids.
So Van Horn comes out. He's ranked 12th in the state at 106 pounds for Atlantic. A guy that had to make weight to make 106 all these years, and here he is, winning his by 4 foot and now 113. We've got Hunter Kinsey and Carter Wooten, and both wrestlers are tying up in the middle of the mat, and we're underway here in this first contested match. There's a shot by Kinsey.
Nice shot. He needs to come up, out, get that over, and keep his hips up, keep his head up. If he faces him, he's going to be good. There, nice. Now he's got to get behind the arms there.
Kinsey, there he gets his 3 points. Coming around, works a 2-on-1, and now working for the tilt here. As Hunter Kinsey at 113, he gets a takedown on Root. He leads 3-0 here early. 1:20 to go in the first period.
He's got a nice little cross wrist tilt there. He's trying to get that pulled over. And he got the arm now, and now he's going to transition into a arm bar here, which is nice. He needs to run and walk toward that head. Get the elbow into his chest and take big steps around the head.
58 seconds to go in the first period. Kinsey got the takedown. He's up 3-0. And Moon doing a good job on his base, Coach.
Yeah, he's doing a good job not getting turned. Kinsey has that wrist. He's got to clear that wrist out and clear his hips away underneath. Wooten's got to get out. Right now, Kinsey's doing a really good job of smothering the hips, controlling the hips, breaking him down, making sure he's not able to get to a base to get out. He's done a really good job, Kinsey, of keeping him down.
There, Kinsey works the tilt.
Nice tilt. He's getting back points there. He's got to keep his hips up.
Wooten able to come back around, but Kinsey keeps control.
Yeah, he's kept that leg, which is good. He's kept the leg and the arm. He's going to continue to get that. Nice. He's got his back points. Now he's going to release, get him back to a defensive position, and restart, get some more points here.
Kinsey up 6-0. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, and we're getting the first period with Kinsey with a 6-0 lead. He got the 3-point takedown. Then he had the nice tilt to get 3 more.
Yeah, really good pressure there. Make sure that Wooten wasn't able to get up to his base, and really good offensive, always scoring.
So it's going to be Wooten's choice for Shenandoah, and he's going to defer, and Kinsey, he's going to go down for Atlantic. So Dave Van Horn won by 4 foot to put Atlantic up 6-0. He'll go down, and Carter Wooten at 113 will be up on the top side as we start the second period. Wooten and Kinsey broken down right away. Wooten did a good job of getting Kinsey right down on the mat to his belly.
Yep, he's got pressure forward. He's got a tight waist. He's trying to get to that arm bar there, or trying to get to a chicken wing. He's trying to dig that wrist out there to the left side. He's riding on the left. Tough pressure forward. He's off of his knees, which is good.
Wooten in control. He's down 6-0. Kinsey balls up underneath. Wooten trying to work the cradle.
He's got the cradle locked up. He's broke it up. Kinsey did a good job of extending himself, breaking that lock. Now he's back into a chicken wing. Wooten is trying to run that chicken wing, trying to break him down to get that wing out. You can see he's trying to dig that out. He's got tight waist. Wooten's got the tight waist. Now he's got the chicken wing. Looks like he's trying to get both of the arms for a double chicken wing, but right now he just has a single. He's going to run it to the right now. He circles back to the other side. He has the arm. He's trying to run it over. Now he's going now. He's got the arm. He's going to try to walk around that head. He's doing a good job of defending, of looking away and getting that outside leg up so he doesn't turn over.
Wooten's been riding the entire match. Now he's got Kenzie on his back. Wooten gets, I don't believe he got back points here, Coach. No, he did. He got 2 back points. It's 6-2. Wooten has ridden Kenzie the whole time here in the period. We're down to 20 seconds.
Yeah, Kenzie's got to build his base up and try to get out and score some points. He's got a stall call there, so he's got to start moving now. He's got the arm trap. He's going for a butcher there. He didn't get it. He didn't get the back points. He flipped over on the... Yep, Kenzie was on the bottom, so he didn't get back points.
Well, now Kenzie up 6-2, and Carter Wooten with 2 minutes of ride time, if you get that, and you don't in high school wrestling. But what a job by Wooten. He did get 2 tilt points down. They're going to both be on their feet here as we start the final period. Hunter Kenzie up 6-0. He had a takedown the first period. He got 3 back points. And Wooten with a tilt in the second period, who rode Hunter Kenzie the whole 2 minutes. Now they're both back on their feet.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job. Back on the feet, I think. Oh, attack. He's a shot on Kenzie. He's coming back between the legs. He's trying to get his head out. Kenzie's got his hips up. He's trying to hip into him and get his leg back. He needs to get his leg back to get pressure. He's got Wooten's back legs, so Wooten's not able to extend up into that. Wooten does have him between the legs. He needs to pull up and come around his hips. Kenzie's done a good job. He's got his hips elongated, and he's got the takedown.
So Kenzie gets 3, 9-2. Now Kenzie riding. Talk about Kenzie's move there, Mike. Is I was able to get out of that. It was a shot by Wooten.
Yeah, he was. It was a shot by Wooten, and he did not get fully up underneath. So Kenzie was able to extend his body, get his hips down, and it elongated his arms, which made Wooten tougher to finish. You're not going to finish when you extend it out like that. Kenzie's doing a really good job with the leg in, keeping him broke down. He's not letting him get to a base. Good pressure on there. He's got the arm. He's got it inside. Yep, he's got the wrist there, cross-right wrist. Now he looks like he's going to cut him. Kenzie's going to cut him.
9-3. Kenzie tries another shot. 29 seconds to go in the first period.
He's in between the legs. He's got a crackdown now. He's in between the legs. Kenzie's got to try to get that leg out of his head and get his head out around his waist. As soon as he does that, he's going to get his 3. There's the 3.
Nice call, Mike. 12-3. Hunter Kenzie with the lead. He's got
Here comes the half.
Points. He's got a half in, but not enough time, and we're going to run out of time, and Kenzie will win this by a 12-3 major decision. And that puts Atlantic up 9-0 here at the first 2 weights. Van Horn with a 4-foot, and now Kenzie comes back with a 12-3 major decision. And Keaton Schrader will step on the mat for Atlantic.
Perfect. Yeah, good win for Kenzie. He put a lot of different moves together. He kept his hips up and away, and he was never really in a bad position.
Schrader win by 4 foot. Atlantic gets 6 more points, up 16-0. Keaton Schrader ranked number 10 in the state at 120 for the Trojans. Atlantic able to get a 4-foot win at 126 as well. And now we go to 132 with Braxton Haas of Atlantic, the senior. One of 3 seniors on this team, along with Donovan Hendrickson and D'Artagnan Hansen. They'll be honored tonight as well. So Haas, 6th rated in the state in Class 2A at 132 pounds. And he also wins by a 4-foot.
Yeah, real dominant wrestler. He's done a really good job, both in all throughout the offseason, and it shows.
138. Landed Hagen of Atlantic and Aiden Dingus of Shenandoah as we're underway at 138. Atlantic off to a big lead here. Open weights for Shenandoah's cost him. Atlantic's won the one contest in the match, and that was Kinsey over Carter Wooten. And now Hagan gets a takedown for 3.
Nice takedown, breakdown. He's going right into his chicken wing series, trying to secure that. He's got a tight waist, working the chicken wing there. He's got to break that base down. Now he's got him flat. As soon as he gets him flat, he'll try to run that. Yeah.
Atlantic up 28-0. And Landon Hagan with a takedown for 3 on Aiden Dingus. And he's riding here with 1:20 to go in the first period. Dingus tried to sit out, and Hagan takes him right back down. But Dingus up to his base.
Yeah, they're fighting over hand control right now. Dingus is trying to get his wrist free. Hagan is doing a really good job securing that wrist. He's got a tilt coming through now, real through tilt.
Hagan will be awarded back points on the tilt. Good job by Hagan, 7-0. 49 seconds to go in the first period. Hagan still riding, trying to wing that arm. Now he's going to walk again, Coach, and he's going to get more back points.
Yep, he's got plenty of time here. He's going to sink his hips. He's going to sink his hips down. He's got both of his arms, which is extremely painful. He's going to arch and sit.
Back points again for Hagan. 26 seconds to go in the first period. He's up 7-0, but he's got points in. There's a pin. Hagan with a nice effort there. Got in deep, got a takedown, 7 points early. Had more back points, and he gets a fall for Atlantic. It's 34-0. Trojans through 138 pounds as we go to 144.
Hagan did a really good job of controlling the hips, controlling the opponent, getting the arm bar pretty much whenever he wanted the chicken wing, scoring points.
So Atlantic up 34-0. We go to 144 pound, a matchup here. Carter Hadley and Hayden Roush. Roush of Shenandoah on your right, and Hadley. Atlantic in their black singlets. Shenandoah in their purple and white backing on their singlets. And both wrestlers in the middle right now, hand fighting and trying to find a shot attempt. They'll tie up here as we're just underway in the first period.
They're both battling for inside position. They're keeping pretty low, as you can see. Roush is very low, shot to the inside. He's got the single leg. He's got to run the waist now. He's got the leg up. Hadley did a good job getting the leg back down.
Roush, good defense. He tried a shot. Good block by Hayden Roush. He worked towards the edge. And out of bounds.
Good job, Hadley, being physical and staying in there, right? He's not intimidated. He's going to hand fight in there.
1:16 to go in this first period. They'll tie up again. No score. Atlantic up 34-0 in the duel here at Shenandoah. Another shot by Hadley. Good block by Roush.
Oh, nice.
Oh, boy, tried to slide by.
Try a little bit of slide, Roush tried a little slide by. Hadley is in on a single, nice. Roush has a whizzer in right now. He's going to try to whizzer down. Hadley needs to shove this onto his leg and pick that up is what Hadley needs to do. Roush is just holding on to try to get a stall call right now. Hadley needs to get that up onto his leg and lift it up, shuff it, they call it.
Well, he got in pretty deep, Coach, but how Roush did a good job, like I mentioned, with that whizzer.
Yeah,
and that saved him from 3.
Exactly. You're trying to get out of that position to a bit of a stall call. It's really a last resort. From a defensive standpoint, you're just trying to get out of that.
24 seconds to go in the first period. No score in this one. Roush of Shenandoah. Hadley of Atlantic. There's a shot by Roush. He gets a low shot on a single.
Hadley's got to square up and get that leg back. You got to stuff that head, get that leg back. Square, square. Roush got the 3.
Roush with a nice 3. Good takedown by Roush of Shenandoah. Just as time's running out, and Roush will take a 3-0 lead for the Mustangs going into the second period. And I believe it's going to be Hadley's choice. He's going to take down.
Important for him to escape and get out of here, get a point. He's done a good job on his feet. He knows he can do that. He needs to get out now, get a point. He's quad potting up. He's onto his feet now. Good. Not quite yet. He hasn't got the escape yet. Roush is in on a leg, so he's still contending.
Hadley stood up right away and faced, but like you mentioned,
he needs to stuff the head and square up, get that leg back. His hips need to get into him. Roush has got him up into Iranian. He's going to pick him up, clear. He's going to run the waist. He's going to once he gets his head out, he's going to come around the back and get that 3. 2, all right? He was still actually on top, so he's good. No scoring there.
Hadley trying to get to his feet and get the escape. And Roush, nice mat return by Roush, still up 3-0, 1:16 to go in the second period.
Hadley's doing a good job trying to get to his base. He's got to clear his wrist still. Roush keeps getting he's got a tight waist and he's got that wrist. Without getting his wrist back, he's pretty much hobbled there.
Now he's going to wing the arm, but Hadley able to sit out.
He's got that arm back. Oh, he lost the chicken wing. Okay, now he's back to, he's going to try a cradle. Roush is trying the cradle. Hadley's quad potting up, and I think he's got the escape. There he is.
3-1, Hadley gets one on the board. Shenandoah does a good job of riding, Mike.
Yeah, they do. It looks like Roush, he wrestles from his knees a lot, from the neutral position. He takes low shots. So Hadley's got to be aware of that. He kind of walked into a snap there. Hadley did. Hadley's down on the bottom. Roush has got his arm out. He's got him to the wrist. He's going to run an arm bar a little bit. Now he's in the chicken wing. And now you see Roush is trying to capture that wrist underneath. So he has a chicken wing, and he's trying to capture that wrist underneath. He's probably going to do some type of Steiner tilt here.
Roush up 6-1. He got that 3-point takedown.
Now he's going to run that over. He'll hold on to that tight waist, to that wrist. It's not enough time.
He comes out low. He's on his knees. It's hard for Hadley to get a shot. But Roush had a nice move to get the 3-point takedown.
Right. All right. I think Roush, it seems like he is familiar being that low. When you're that low, most wrestlers just don't know how to wrestle that. They're at a disadvantage at that point.
Final period. Hadley on top, down 6-1 to Roush.
Hadley's up to one knee. Roush is. Hadley's got to get behind the arms and break him down. Right now, Roush has got his base out from underneath him. He's got a strong base. Hadley has to really try to get to an ankle or something to break his hips down. Roush is trying to sit out a little bit. He's got the leg here. Hadley's still, he's out front a little bit. He's a little bit too high. Roush has a single leg. If he steps up, he's going to step into an Iranian. He's between the legs now. Hadley's wrapped around his waist. Roush puts the leg down. If he pushes his head up, out. If he pushes his leg down, he's going to get that. He has to get his head out. There it is.
No points yet.
No points. He's now got a bit of a... He's getting back points now. He has that leg. He has...
So Roush got a reversal. Now he's up 8-1 with 56 seconds to go. Roush pretty technical.
Yeah, he's got a chicken wing. He's trying.
Strategic.
Yep, he's got a hold of that arm. He's got a hold of Hadley's arm. Hadley has to clear his wrist.
40 seconds to go, and Hadley able to stand up again and escape. And now it's 8-2, Mike.
Yep,
both back on their feet.
Hadley says third period. He's got to get to work here. He's got to score some points, something feet to back. He's got to go to work. He can't just hang out here now. He has to score some points. You got to be really aggressive here and kind of really go all out now.
15 seconds to go in this final period. Roush up 8-2.
Roush still on his knees, holding on to the single leg. I think he's just trying to hold on to get out of it. I don't think he's really looking to score. He might come back around and get that, but I don't think he will.
And that'll be it. It is Hayden Roush of Shenandoah picking up the decision over Carter Hadley. 8-2. And the Mustangs are on the board, 34-3. Atlantic with the lead as we go to 150 pounds. In this quadrangular tonight, Trojans trying to clinch the Hawkeye 10 Conference dual title if they can get wins over Shenandoah and to St. Albert. And they're certainly in command here in this first match with a 34-3 lead over Shen. And now, hey, we go to 150 pounds. Calvin Hayes out for Atlantic and Blake Burdorf for Shenandoah. Both on their feet. And a shot by Hayes, looks for a throw, and a nice job by Burdorf. And now Hayes comes back around. He's going to get the three-point takedown, Michael.
Nice. He had a little fire misery. He had the elbow trapped, which helped get them. And he's going to cut him. Try to get another point down.
3-1. He cuts Burdorf. Well, maybe not.
I don't know if he let him.
No, he did not. He did not cut him.
Okay. He's going to let him go neutral, give him the point.
There's the point, you bet. 3-1. Hayes with the lead. Back on their feet. 1:30 to go in the first period.
Nice snap by Hayes.
They work towards the middle of the mat, both on their feet. Hayes tried to snap. Burdorf tried to trip. Still both on their feet with 1:16 to go here this first period. They'll separate again.
Hayes has a collar tie on the right side.
Nice shot by Hayes. He's going to get the
Nice.
single, the point.
Oh, he's got to run the waist. He's going to throw the half in. He needs to circle the head, get behind, keep going.
Hayes got the takedown up 6-1. And Burdorf able to get back to his belly.
Great. Hayes has a wrist. He's now getting into a hammer position with the arm right behind the waist. He's going to go around the head, sink that, sink his hips, extend the arm.
Yeah, that's a pin.
Take the pin.
Well, Calvin Hayes comes out at 150 pounds and gets a quick fall in 1 minute and 23 seconds. And Atlantic up 40-3 over Shenandoah as we go to 157 pounds. Talk about that Hayes match. I mean, I'll tell you what, he was efficient.
Yeah, you know, he does a really good job. He has a plan when he comes out. And when you wrestle and you have a plan, that's a very difficult thing to stop.
We go to 157. Jaden Harder of Atlantic. Lucas Major of Shenandoah. Harder comes in ranked 9th at 157 in Class 2A. Wow, the nice single shot by Harder. You got it deep.
Nice down, nice defense.
No
He's not
points
conceding.
yet.
He's got his hips up underneath. Now he's going to cross face. He's got to get his... Good job not conceding the single. He kept his leg back. He got his hips down. He's trying to stuff in the head, which means Harder was not able to finish.
No points scored. They'll go back to the center with 1:35 to go in the first period. Harder trying to hook up, underhook on the arm. There's a shot for a single by Harder. And he's close to getting points as Major working to get out of bounds. Now he faces Harder. No points. 1:13 to go here in this first period.
Major's done a good job in terms of just not giving anything up. He is fighting at the edge of the mat. He's fighting for every position. He's not giving up that single. He's going to put his hips in. Harder's got to do a better job of trying to finish. He's in on the shots. He needs to finish the shots now.
1 minute to go in the first period. No score here. As Major doing a nice job at 157 here against the ranked Harder. Now he tries another shot, another single shot. And Major with good defense here, Coach.
Major grabbed the arm. Harder went in for a little bit of a fireman's, and he left his back arm up. Major was able to capture that arm and stop him from continuing that fireman's. Now Harder's on top. He's going to try to get a cradle here. Looks like Major has his leg underneath, so Harder needs to clear that leg out and get behind.
Still no score. 20 seconds to go. Harder's close here. There is three, Coach.
There it is. Yep, he's covered the hips now. He's got control.
So Harder up 3-0.
Yeah, Major still has his leg there.
Yeah.
Harder needs to get that freed up a little bit so he can go to work. There you go. Harder has that elbow there, right? If he continues that, there you go.
After one period, it's Jaden Harder up 3-0, gets the choice on the flip, and he's going to take down. And Lucas Major will cover the top. Atlantic up 40-3 here in this duel against Shenandoah. Senior night, it's Villa Dance night. All kinds of good stuff going on. We're going to see JV wrestle a little bit here on mat number 2 as Atlantic and Shenandoah wrap things up here.
Harder stands up. Major's re-attack to the legs, so Harder's trying to get the reversal here. He's got to get his leg back and behind.
He's got an ankle pick going.
Yeah, Harder has has it's close. Major has his leg, which means Harder hasn't got the 2 yet.
Harder's on top, but
Yeah, Harder's got to clear his right leg out, get him so he's not, or at least hook that ankle there. As soon as he hooks that ankle, he's covered the hips. And once he's covered the hips, then he's in complete control. Right now, Major has his leg underneath, so he's not conceding. But at some point, Major has to decide when to bail, or he's going to slowly make it worse for himself. The longer you sit and do nothing, the more the other wrestlers are going to figure stuff out. Now, they've been here for a while, because I'm surprised Jim hasn't called a stalemate, but they're right there. As soon as hips, Harder's got to keep his hips up. If he gets sucked underneath, the Major, if he gets his right hand through, Harder's in a lot of trouble. Yeah, there it is.
so Major almost getting an escape here. Harder's still working. He's up 3-0, but Major doing a great job here.
Yeah, Major's got to suck that in. He's not going to let go. He's got a pretty strong grip. Harder's got to hip in. He's got to break that. Yeah, he's breaking the lock now. He's got to take control of the situation here. Harder does.
They're working out of bounds. Harder still's got one leg in. Now he's got 2.
Nice. He got the reversal. He kept the one leg in wrestling now. One of the new rules is you wrestle alongside the mat, and if you have a leg in or any part of your opponent or your body in there, you're still wrestling on the edge of the mat, and that's exactly what Harder did not give up that match. He kept wrestling.
He's up 5-0. You like that rule change, Coach?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I think you always need to wrestle alongside the mat. Especially now that freestyle is coming more and more proficient in girls, you're going to see probably more push-outs, push-out rule in high school. That'll be coming, I'm sure. But, yeah, you should be wrestling at all parts of the mat alongside. We see a lot of wrestlers kind of when they get outside of the mat, they bail because they try to get out of the situation. That is not going to save you if you have a foot or something in there.
Good point. Well, we're through 2 periods, and Jaden Harder up 5-0 over Lucas Major at 157. We started 106. And we've got 157 to go in the match. Harder with a nice shot on a single.
Nice single. Single, he has that. He's cut back now. He's got that. He's going to have his head up. He's kept that leg. Now he's got the half in. He's going to circle around the head. He's cinching that. He's going to come back under the arm. He needs to tee up and get his hips down now. Circle the head. He's going to extend that arm out so it extends his back to the mat there.
Major on his back. Harder getting back points and close to a pin. 1:24 to go in the 3rd period. Harder putting pressure on that left shoulder of Major.
Yep.
Now he's got the reverse half in. He's cinching it up pretty tight.
Yep. He's got to get his hips sink down. He's got his head there. He's got his arm in between. Major's got to try to get his arm between him to turn down. Major's doing a good job trying to stay. There is the arm come through. Now he's turned down.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for. If you're underneath, you're getting pinned, you need to get that arm through and belly down as fast as you can. Major did a really good job getting out of that.
So he's back to his base, and Harder did some back points. He's up 12-0 with 46 seconds to go, and Major able to get back off his back, and now
Harder has that. He's going to go for a tilt here.
Yep.
2-on-1 tilt. He's trying to get his, he's got his hips elevated. He's getting the back point. His left knee is elevating. He's got his back points here.
And the tech fall. So a tech fall for Jaden Harder and 5 more points for Atlantic. They've won every match but one. And Harder the winner. 165 we go.
Good technical match for Jaden.
Oh, yeah.
He did a lot of different moves there. Majors looks like he was a pretty tough wrestler. That was no walk in the park, although the score didn't necessarily emphasize that. It rarely does until you see it. But that was a good match for him.
You're right. It was a tough match till the end, but Harder able to get the takedown and 5 more points. Atlantic up 45-3. We go to 165. Draven Smith of Atlantic and Jacob McCargill of Shenandoah. McCargill ranked 2nd in the state. Here, 165. Cargill working.
He's got a pretty solid underhook there. Smith has to clear that underhook out. He's got to get out of that front headlock there. It's not doing him any favors staying down there like that. He needs to circle up, recognize where he's at the edge of the mat right now, try to get out and restart. The more he stays in that headlock, the more Yeah, he's going to figure out how to score here. He's probably going to get to an ankle. There is that cross, that sneaky ankle there that you reach across. There it is.
Again, they're wrestling on the edge of the mat. Smith able to get up and get the escape, down 3-1. One thing about Smith, I know he's got McCargill ranked second in the state, but Smith is going to go after you.
No, right.
You know.
And, you know, when I was in high school, when I wrestled against really good kids, I just loved it, right? Because you got nothing to lose.
Takedown by McCargill. He's up 6-1. Smith escapes 6-2. Cargill with the lead, back on their feet they are. There's underhook by the collar tie by McCargill. Nice shot attempt by Smith. McCargill with a sprawl. 6-2 McCargill. He's going to come back around and get the takedown. 9-2 McCargill. 30 seconds to go in the first period. McCargill, a technician. Smith on his trying to get to his feet.
Smith is doing a knee slide or something to try to create space between his hips, and Cargill is going to pick him up and just, he's got a claw right in on the left side, so he's trying to pry him over.
We're getting down to 4 seconds, 3 seconds to go in the first period. Smith is going to survive, but he's down 9-2. Atlantic up 45-3 here with 65, 75, 92, 50 to 285 to go. Southwest Iowa and St. Albert already in and done. Working the JV side of the matches right now over to mat number 2. Well, they're back on their feet here with the start of the second period.
Smith has to do a better job of controlling the ties. Right now, Cargill is controlling the ties. He's doing his shots. Smith has to get in there and control those ties. Get your leg back, square up. You can't settle up next to him, and you got to square up and really fight that. Nice takedown.
Yeah, McCarl gets a 3-point takedown, and now he's up 12-2.
Looks like he has a chicken wing there. He's probably going to try to capture that wrist or do some type of a tilt back to the other side. I'm not sure what he's trying to do here. He's trying to come back around. He'll circle the head and probably grab the head. There he goes. As he circles the head, all that pressure will be on the front. Cargill needs to circle to his left and circle the head where he's parallel to the front. There he goes.
Cargill working for the fall. He's got back points coming. He's up 12-2.
Now, because Cargill has his foot in, he's able to score points still. You see how they're on the edge of the mat there?
And he's got it tied on Smith. Still no fall.
He's doing a good job fighting.
Yep, there it is. Pin for Cargill in 2 minutes. And 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Coach Tim Duff called McCargill maybe one of the top premier wrestlers in the Southwest Iowa. He's ranked second in the state at 165, and he gets the pin over Draven Smith of Atlantic. And the score goes to 45-9. Trojans in command. As we go to 175 pounds, Callan Cleaver of Atlantic comes out. Tyler Babe of Shenandoah. So a couple of wins for the Mustangs. Able to get a decision by Hayden Roush at 44. And now a pin by McCargill for Shenandoah at 165. And Atlantic up 45-9. Both wrestlers tying up. Underhook by Callan Cleaver on Tyler Babe. And back to the feet they go.
Yep, he's got a
collar tie in, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he's got a front head there. He just has the head. He doesn't have the arm yet.
Okay.
He needs to secure that arm and snap him down. Otherwise, he's just too strong. Yep.
Separate again. 1:26 to go in the first period. They go out of bounds. They'll go back to the middle. Tyler Babe of Shenandoah. Callan Cleaver of Atlantic. Back to the middle on their feet. Controlling hands. There's a shot.
He's got a fireman's there. He's going to come up. Backdoor it.
Babe with a 3-point takedown. The nice fireman's, and then he came out the back door.
Nice fireman's.
Yeah.
Yep. He hit it so hard that Callan just kind of went through it, and then he was able to escape up behind.
45-9 Atlantic on top of the team.
Callan has a leg there, so he's not able to swing out, and he also has an arm. or Babe does. Callan needs to clear his leg out.
30 seconds to go in the first period. 45-9. Atlantic with the lead. But it's Tyler Babe, the lead for Shenandoah here in this match. The Trojans have dominated for the most part, except for a couple of matches. Roush at 144, won by a 8-2 decision over Carter Hadley, and then the impressive Jacob McCargill at 165 wins by a pin and 3-10 over David Smith. Working for the cradle is Tyler Babe.
He's got that outside. Look, he's got a ball and chain. He's trying to line up now. He's got the inside for a ball and chain, but he's also trying to run up a cradle as well. So he's got that crossed. He's got the little arm trapped between his legs for the ball and chain.
And that's it in the first period. 45-9 Atlantic. 3-0. Tyler Babe, and I believe it's Callan Cleaver's choice, isn't it, Coach?
Yep, Callan is going to choose down. He's down 3-0. He has to get out here, get a point, and try to get a takedown. So this is crucial that he gets out here.
Babe will cover.
Looks like Babe has a chop. He's trying to get to the chicken wing. He's capturing that arm. He's also got a tight waist and trying to capture that wrist. He's going to try to stack Callan up now here.
He walked the head. Now he's got back points.
Yeah. He has the wrist, and he also has the chicken wing, which is extremely hard because what's happening now, Callan can't turn to the left or turn to the right because he has both of his hands. Now he's released. He's going to come underneath. Babe is running the half there. He's going to make an adjustment. He needs to sink. He's a little high right now. Callan did a good job turning down.
4 back points for Tyler Babe as he switches holds at 7-0. Tyler Babe the lead. Now he works for that half again with 1:09 to go in the second period.
Callan needs to build his base and keep his right arm down. Babe is looking for him to bring that up so he can throw a half in. He's got the leg in now. Babe has got the leg in. He's got a figure 4. He's released it now. He's riding pretty tough. Callan needs to get his base and he needs to score a point here. You don't want to be ridden out for the whole period. He's got a half there. Babe tried a half. He didn't get the 2 points. He's riding. Looks like he's got a cross wrist right now. He's got a tilt now. He's got a roll through tilt. He's got a 2-on-1. Lost a little bit of control there. I'm not sure if he got points there, Tom.
Still 7-0. Not quite, Coach. And
yeah, Babe has the ball and chain right now. He's between his legs, and he's got. Does he have that still? No. Now he's let it go. Now he's just riding.
Cleaver trying to get that third period. He's down 7-0. 10 seconds to go. We got a stall call warning on Callan Cleaver in the bottom.
Cleaver's got to move. He's got one leg up. Oh, a little late there.
So we go to the third period, and it's Tyler Babe here, 175, up 7-0 over Callan Cleaver. Babe will go down, and Cleaver will cover the top.
Cleaver's got to score some points here. He's down 7-0. So you really got to get to work here. If you can get 4 good back points, that'll get you back in the match a little bit. If you don't think you can, that's a nice little switch by Babe. He's going to keep going. He's got the reversal.
There's 2, you bet. 9-0. There's Tyler Babe now with a major decision going.
Babe has stepped over. He's got a Turk. So he's going to step through. He's going to come across the face. He needs to get his shoulders. He's got to elevate his back leg up into the air. He's lost the Turk there. Now he's just on top. He's looking for that wrist. He's got 2-on-1. Now he's looking for the cradle.
There he's got it. Got the cradle in.
He's getting his knee in the back, stretching. Callan needs to break. He's got to break that grip. More than anything, you got to break that grip or nothing's going to happen from a cradle. Okay? His first priority is break that grip.
There's a pin. Tyler Babe with the fall for Shenandoah. Now it's 45-15 Atlantic with 90, 2:15 and 2:85 to go. Tyler Babe. Here we go to 190. It'll be Hedrington of Atlantic. One of 3 seniors for the Trojans. At 190 pounds. And Shenandoah, I believe, yep, they got a guy.
Yep.
They got a guy. The 190, Donovan Hedrington of the Trojans will come out as we move to 45-15 in this Hawkeye 10 conference matchup. Trojans unblemished in the Hawkeye 10. Only dual loss was to Eddyville Blakesburg in the dual tournament just after Christmas break. We've got action here with, in 190, Donovan Hedrington of Atlantic and Charlie Lyles of Shenandoah. Take it away, Coach.
Hedrington does a really good job. He stays low. He's really good on his feet. He's got him take down. Yep, take down nice. Front head. Now he's got the leg in. He cross ride, leg ride. Hedrington's under the arms. He's going to cut him. He wants to get another 3 here.
3-1. Hedrington with the ladies on the prowl here.
Yeah, he's Donovan's tough on top. He likes to be in neutral position. He likes to be in that position. You score a lot of points from this, and so this is where he's comfortable at.
1:18 to go in the first period. 3-1. Hedrington with a takedown.
Right now he's trying to get into a Russian tie a little bit. Now he's set into a Merkel. He's got his 3 points.
You got to explain that Merkel, Coach.
Yeah. So Merkel's one of the more odd moves to score on. Donovan needs to square up. He has a Merkel, but to score off a Merkel, it's really a head throw, and you got to circle back. So right now, Donovan, he's going to work in a cradle. He'll probably sit back up. Lyles did a good job of fighting, getting up and out. I don't know if that was lost control. Yep, it was. So he did a good job of fighting, getting up to that point.
He went out of bounds or back to the middle again. 38 seconds to go in the first period. 6-2 Hedrington with the lead over Charlie Lyles. Back on their feet, Coach.
Good collar ties, both. Hedrington's got a nice little strong collar tie. They're both touching base here. Lyles is trying to get an underhook. Hedrington's got that Russian tie. He likes that Russian tie. He's going to go into that. Oh, he's back out of that. Hedrington with the underhook to the right side. Good snatch down. Hedrington comes back around. 3.
9-2 Hedrington as we run out of time here in this first period, and it's been all Donovan. The 2 points for Lyles have been escapes. Hedrington looking pretty tough here in this one.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job. He's not exposing himself too much. He's being very efficient with his moves. He's very confident what he's doing. He's not getting out of position when he's taking his shots. Very safe wrestler.
Lyles with bottom. We start the second period. Hedrington.
Hedrington with a tight waist. He has the arm out. Now he's transitioned to a chicken wing here.
He tried that arm bar, slipped off, and as you mentioned, now back to the wing. He's got that tight waist, Coach.
He's got that tight waist. He has the wrist trapped. Now he's left it. He's going to go back to the chicken wing. He's going to step here. He's going to base a little bit. He's got to sink his hips.
Lyles in trouble.
Yeah.
There's a pin. Donovan Hedrington comes out aggressive. I remember a week ago we did the Atlantic Glenwood Clarinda double duel. And of course, Atlantic beat Glenwood 36-35. And as we got this point in the match, all Hedrington needed was a fall, and he was going to clinch the match. And he wrestled just like that. Came out aggressive, got the pin, and that put Atlantic up by 13 points. Glenwood got the final 2 by fall. Atlantic able to clinch it, and they won it 36-35. That was a key matchup. And we go to 2:15, and we've got Thomas out there for the Trojans.
Thomas doing a good job being physical. He's really physical when he hand fights there. He's got a good collar tie on. Looks like they're both trying to fight to get inside position.
Traven Thomas of Atlantic and Landon Fuller of Shenandoah. Trojans up 51-15 in this duel. We got 2:85 yet to go here in this first round. We'll have 3 rounds tonight. Atlantic will wrestle St. Albert next. And if they win that one, they are the Hawkeye 10 Conference dual champions. This is the final duel of the season. They've got the Hawkeye 10 conference on Saturday. Then they wait a couple of weeks. Well, no. Check that. They've got regional duels on Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah, it's everything's happening all at once between the boys and the girls. Nice single leg snatch there by Thomas. He's got him up in the air. Nice return to his back. Getting back punch right. He's going to bring his wrist up. He's going to capture that, sink his hips. If he pulls his arm up, if Thomas pulls his arm up, there he goes to secure that. He needs to tee up a little bit more. Boom. There you go.
A pin by Traven Thomas at 111. Atlantic up big. 1 to go at 285 as Cooper Woolsey will step on the mat for Atlantic. The Trojans up 57-15. 285 coming up.
Final match between Atlantic and Shenandoah will be the heavyweight division.
Cooper Woolsey for the Trojans.
Shenandoah will be Will Burning.
And for Shenandoah, Will Burning. Couple of juniors squaring off here at 285. Atlantic up 57-15. Obviously winning this one, about one match to go. Woolsey of Atlantic
Going right in. Oh,
man.
He kind of bulldozed him right into to his back.
Woolsey got a quick takedown.
Well,
he's going to get a pin.
out. He needs to tee up.
Boom.
There we go. Wow, Woolsey
14-second pin.
He just went out and clotheslined him to his back. So you don't see that a whole lot. So wrestlers, when you're out there, you need to be ready right off the bat. Not to say that they weren't, but when you're in that neutral position, you just got to be ready for anything like that.
63-15 Atlantic with win over Shenandoah. Now they'll wrestle St. Albert in round number 2. Shenandoah will wrestle Southwest Iowa. We'll be back in 2 minutes to wrap this one up on KS 95.7 FM. A lot more wrestling coming up.
First Windy Bank is the longest-standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Windy Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Have you ever heard the saying, people spend their life building wealth and neglecting their health, only to wish they could trade their wealth for better health at the end? This is Dr. Fritz Beyer, and it has now been over 30 years since my first chiropractic adjustment. I still get asked, do you get adjusted? Absolutely. I try to get adjusted at least once a month. I'm 47 now and still try to stay as active as ever. While I do get a few more aches and pains than when I was younger, it feels great to be able to step on the mat and help kids learning to wrestle. Chiropractic has helped me feel young enough to do it. If staying active is part of your future plans, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
At the Seed Pros, we're more than just your local Pioneer Seed dealer. We're a family operation helping you grow profitable success season after season.
My daddy sold chemical, soybeans, and corn.
That's right, Nora. From corn to soybeans to chemicals, we've got trusted Pioneer genetics and local knowledge to maximize profits.
And I get to ride in the tractor.
The Seed Pros, where the next generation is already in the field. Contact Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinklin, Nick Knutson, or John Becker. We are with you from the word go.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Once you're back at the shop, we talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first stop.
Welcome back to Atlantic. Tom Robbins with Mike Grieving is the Trojans 63-15. A winner over Shenandoah. Let's take a look at the matches here. At 106, Dayton Van Horn of Atlantic won by forfeit. And the Trojans took a 6-0 lead. Then Hunter Kinsey defeated Carter Wooten by a 12-3 major decision. It was 10-0 Atlantic. The Trojans extended that lead to 16-0 when Keaton Schroeder won by forfeit at 20. Schroeder won by forfeit at 20. Colin Harris won a forfeit at 126 for Atlantic. and then Braxton Hass at 32 won by a forfeit. So Atlantic got off to a big lead early with some open weights. Landon Hagan at 38 came out and he pinned Aiden Dingus of Shenandoah in 141. At 144, Hayden Roush of Shenandoah turned the table and defeated Carter Hadley by an 8-2 decision. 150, Calvin Hayes over Blake Burdorf from Shenandoah by fall in 124. And at 157, it was Jaden Hart of Atlantic, a tech fall over Lucas Major, a 16-0 tech fall in 5 minutes and 31 seconds. Then at 165, Jacob McCargill of Shenandoah over Draven Smith of Atlantic in 3 minutes and 10 seconds. At 175, Tyler Babe of Shenandoah over Calvin Cleaver of Atlantic in a pin in 4:52. At 190, Donovan Hendrington of Atlantic over Charles Lyles of Shenandoah by fall in 2:34. 2:15, Travis Thomas came out and got a pin over Landon Fuller of Shenandoah in 1:12. And at 2:85, Cooper Woolsey with a foul over Will Burning of Shenandoah in 14 seconds. Coaches, let's go back over that Woolsey match. That was a quick one.
Yeah, he did a really good job. Woolsey coming out, being aggressive. I certainly don't think Shenandoah was expecting him to come out and just clotheslining him to the mat like that. So again, you got to be ready for anything when you step on that line. I've seen people explode right off the bit, get points, and you got to be ready for that. If they were taking, I think Kinsey did a really good job wrestling there. He's just now in the lineup, doing some varsity matches. He did a really good job as a freshman coming in and putting some stuff together. So this Atlantic team is so solid up and down the lineup. It's really hard to pick where they have too many weak, because they're just strong all the way up and down. It's really fun to watch.
Coach, and Atlantic wins that one 63. Now they'll wrestle St. Albert next in the final Hawkeye 10 conference duel match of the season. Trojans are in the regional duels. We'll talk more about that, but first we'll take another 2-minute timeout. We're back right after these.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
When you're on the go, it's all about convenience. At fantastic food, beverages, plus BP Superior Fuels, and you have Olson's BP in Atlantic. From sunup to sundown, we're the keep-you-going store. From our loaded breakfast burritos and Bunker Dunker donuts to our delicious Champs chicken and pizza to go, we have the food you crave. Don't forget the cold beer in the beer cave. Stop in and fill her up. There's always something you need at Olson's BP, the keep-you-going store, 2nd and Locust in Atlantic.
At Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic, you'll find the latest apparel and promotional products in the newest colors and designs. Head to Outfitters and work with the design pros to make your customized tees, team apparel, and personalized swag for your business a reality. Whether it's fan apparel for your high school or youth sports team, your business, or you just want to make something your own, you'll have everyone saying, "Where did you get that?" Outfitters will also add your group store online to make ordering a breeze. Get personalized at Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic. Stop in today.
Looking for a reputable carpenter you can trust? Call Matt Benning with Benning Carpentry. Matt and his crew, based out of Atlantic, bring you top quality craftsmanship backed by over 30 years of experience. From remodels to custom builds, they do it all with precision and professionalism. Call 515-490-6966 today. That's 515-490-6966. Benning Carpentry, where experience meets excellence.
5.7. Welcome back to Atlantic. Villa Dance out on the mat right now, and they are very entertaining. They're doing a little take from the Wizard of Oz, Coach Grieving.
Yeah, they do a really good job, Villa Dance, and I know Dance Atlantic does a good job as well. This town has a lot of dancers in here, and they take advantage of that, and it's nice to see the community out and the girls supporting wrestling, and they've been doing this since I've been here in terms of performing. It's fun.
Good stuff, and a nice crowd on hand as Atlantic wins their first match of the night over Shenandoah, 63-15. Let's talk about the regional duels, and that takes place on Tuesday night. The Trojans head up north. They go to Sergeant Bluff Luton, and it's going to be interesting because they're going to face Glenwood for the second time this season. And the winner in that regional semifinal, Sergeant Bluff, will turn around and wrestle Sergeant Bluff Luton for a trip to the regional state tournament, which will be a day after the girls' state wrestling tournament in Iowa City at Corville. But should be a great match again for Atlantic and Glenwood.
Yeah, gosh, we know Glenwood very well. They have a lot of really good wrestlers. We match up really well in terms of just, going against each other. It's really a coin flip. It gets real strategic in terms of who you're wrestling, who's bumping to who. Once you're that close to an opponent in terms of what you're doing, every decision has consequences to it. So you really got to pay attention to who you're sending out there.
When you look at the rankings, this is how they determined the top 8 were able to host. And in two-way, the core ranked number 1. Clarion, Goldfield, Dow's 2, Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont 3, West Delaware, Manchester 4, and Independence round out the top 5. Alburnett 6, Sergeant Bluff Luton 7th, and then Algona 8. So they'll host. Osage came in at number 9, Davenport Assumption 10, Atlantic ranked 11th in the final standings, and so they'll travel up north. And you'd certainly like to host, but the main thing is to get in. And Glenwood comes in at number 13, North Fayette 14th, Burlington, Notre Dame 15th, then Williamsburg, Solon, Wilton, Denver, Humboldt, Woodward, Granger, Anamosa, West Liberty, and Sioux Center round out the top 24. So it starts at 6 o'clock on Tuesday. We'll have the broadcast on KS 95.7 with pre-match coverage at around 5:45, and that first match starting at 6 o'clock from Sergeant Bluff Luton High School. Coming up on Tuesday. That's not the first time we've been up to Sergeant Bluff Luton High School, Coach, for those regional duels. There a few years ago, too.
Yep, been a few years ago, and both those teams, Sergeant Bluff and Glenwood, everyone who's wrestling at those duels is pretty solid to get rated into that, but it's going to be a shootout for both of them. We match up so close all the way up and down in both of those teams that someone's going to have to somewhere in that lineup, no matter who they're going to have to step up and get a win where they didn't expect.
When and they've seen each other, they're going to see each other Saturday too, right? There'll be some matchups possibly Saturday in Hawkeye 10 Conference Tournament. But when you have faced a team in the duel before, and now you go to the second time, how difficult is that to repeat? I mean, talk about the strategy and the knowledge you have of your opponent.
Well, that's just it, right? I mean, Tim Duff has seen all these kids all season. They've seen them in tournaments or seen them, right? And so, like anything else, you wrestle, you see someone in a competitive atmosphere multiple times. It doesn't matter how dominant you are. It's tough to beat that person each time. And so these kids know each other very well, just like in the wrestling room when you wrestle someone at the same time all through the season, you're just enough. These kids now know who they're wrestling and what they have to do. They might have to dig down a little bit to find something a little different that their opponent wasn't ready for, and that's how you advance. We all know what we're getting into when, the coaches, we sit down and we really plan out who's seeing who's beat who in the past, what kind of common opponents. Do they struggle under stress? Maybe they don't struggle under stress, right? there's so many factors that go into it. I guarantee they're looking in there with a fine-tuned comb, like, okay, this person last week got beat up pretty bad by this person. Should we put it? What kind of frame mind are they in? So it's these little things that a lot of people don't see as the casual fan, that the coaches are really deep diving in terms of who's matching who. It's not just weight. It's really about where they are in their mindset, where they are the week before, where we see them going, where they're peaking, maybe they're not peaking. So many things go into that.
Wonderful. Good stuff, Coach. Atlantic and St. Albert, Southwest Iowa and Shenandoah will match up here in round number 2. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to High School Wrestling on KS 95.7 FM and our live video stream, WesternIowaToday.com, TV, and YouTube. And we're back right after this.
SWITA is your public transit provider in Southwest Iowa. Gas prices got you down? Need a ride to work or the grocery store? There's public transportation for everyone in Southwest Iowa. SWITA offers taxi service in Atlantic, Glenwood, Harlan, Missouri Valley, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. Call 1-800-842-8065 or visit SWITA.com to schedule your ride.
Stein delivers more new genetics faster.
Welcome back to Atlantic, and we're started here against St. Albert already. And at 106, Dayton Van Horn yet to wrestle. He's got an open weight at 106 against the Falcons. Van Horn winning that by forfeit. We go to 113, and we're going to have a match here. Atlantic defeating Shenandoah 63-15. They win this match. They win the Hawkeye 10 Conference dual standings. Senior night as well. There's 3 seniors for Atlantic that'll be honored here tonight. And Hunter Kinsey wins by forfeit at 113 pounds. Atlantic up 12-0. We go to 120. Colin Harris of Atlantic will appear. And for St. Albert, we'll see what we have coming out here. It'll be Harris at 120, I believe. Now we go to 126. So the Trojans. Van Horn wins by forfeit. Kinsey wins by forfeit at 13. Schrader wins by forfeit at 20. But, Coach, we're going to have a match at 26 here. Colin Harris, we're going to see him come out. Schrader a winner at 20. And we'll have a match at 126. So Atlantic, Colin Harris. Brody Pellet of St. Albert will wrestle for St. Albert. And we're underway. And Harris comes out low on his knees. And now they tie up. Harris coming out aggressive against Pellet here to start this match at 126 pounds. He's got hand control on Pellet.
Both doing a good job hand fighting there. Both working inside. Pellet has an over-under right now. He's trying to work inside. Harris has a nice slide by. He's got the 3 there. Harris has a tight waist. He's trying to control that arm. Tight, he's riding. Now he has a double chicken wing. Pellet's in a lot of trouble here. Harris is going to run, take big steps. He needs to take big steps, not get too high. He's got plenty of time here. Oh, he lost the double chicken wing. Now he's adjusted, sinks his hips back in. He's recaptured that. Harris needs to get his hips back or he's going to get... So Harris was too far out. Lost a little bit of control. Pellet was able to sneak out a little bit.
So Harris up... This is 5-0. Harris, did Harris get the takedown there?
He did get the takedown.
Okay.
He had a slide by, yeah.
Okay, 5-0 Harris. But I said Pellet about got the escape, though, did he?
Yeah, he about did. I thought it was lost control, but he didn't give it to him.
Harris rides again. He's up 5-0.
Harris has a cross wrist ride. He also has now got that chicken wing. He has the wrist tied as well there. He's got the wrist and the chicken wing. He's going to stack him up here. Harris needs to get his hips down a little bit. He still has that wrist. Harris still has the chicken wing. He still has the wrist. I don't know why he stopped it.
He got 3 back points with the tilt. He's up 8-0. They stopped the match with
maybe blood.
Yeah, blood timeout.
Yeah.
Coach Perkins assistant coach for Atlantic will help with the blood. And while he does, we'll take a timeout. We're back in 30 seconds. It's Atlantic up 18-0 against St. Albert, and Harris leading 8-0 over Pellet here at 126.
Stein delivers more new genetics faster. Our focus on delivering higher yielding genetics faster than the competition is why we have released more new Enlist E3 lines in the past 5 years than any other seed company. For elite genetics paired with simple, flexible, and effective weed control, plant Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Stein has yield. 45 years of yield. Learn more at steinseed.com.
Back to action here as Colin Harris gets cleaned up for the Blood. Up 8-0, and he's riding right now with 18 seconds to go in the first period, Coach.
Yep, it looks like he's trying to get a cradle. Yep, he's going to lock up a cradle here. Oh, he's riding here. He's trying to get Pellet broken down. He's trying to get some kind of a near side cradle there by bringing his head to his.
And that wraps up the first period. It's been pretty much Colin Harris. Pellet was close to getting an escape there, but Harris up 8-0 here. He has the choice. He's going to take down, and Brody Pellet will take the top side here at 26. And action here.
Collins quad potting up, doing a good job keeping his hands. He's going to roll through there, try to get a Granby roll. He's switching. He didn't get the switch. Harris has his leg. Pellet's trying to get back around. Harris is trying to score here. He has the arm trap. Pellet squares up. No score yet from Harris. He's to his feet here. Pellet tried. Yeah, Pellet whipped him over. Harris stood up. He was too up and down.
And the pin by Pellet.
Gosh.
He got the throw on Colin Harris.
So
towards the edge of the mat, Coach, and he got the pin.
Yeah, Harris kept his head down, and what Pellet did is he got him in a front head as he stood up. Now, when Harris stood up, he was standing up, straight up and down. He didn't have his center underneath him, so Pellet had him in a front head. Once he had his front head, then he did an underhook and whipped him over, Harris, right? And when you're standing straight up and you have a headlock in there, you got to protect. You got to keep that arm down. And that's what happened.
Well, Pellet with the pin over Colin Harris of Atlantic. And now it's 18-6. Braxton Haas comes out for the Trojans at 132 pounds. And he gets a takedown right out of the gate.
He's going to cut him and try to get another one here.
Bennett Johnson, the wrestler for St. Albert.
Nice takedown by Haas. He's going to cut him again and try to get one more takedown. Collar tie, nice slide out, sit out. He's got a inside tight waist. Haas has an inside tight waist. He's going after those wrists now. Pressure forward. He's got the inside wrist. He's trying to dig it out to his back now. Haas is trying to dig out.
Haas in control. 60 seconds to go in the first period up here early. The score shows 9-8. Is that?
No, I don't think that's
can't
quite
be right. There,
no.
they're going to subtract 9 to.
So Haas has a cross right. Oh, he's got the arm now behind his back. He's trying to go for a hammer here. Yep, he's have a hammer lock right now. Haas has it. He's got his wrist to the mat now. He's going to try and get the head out and elevate that wrist to the mat. There he has it.
Here's the pin.
As soon as Haas was able to pick up the wrist and elevate his opponent's wrist to the mat, he was able to get that pin.
A pin for Haas at 132 pounds. Atlantic up 24-6 as we move along here. Bennett Johnson, his opponent there for St. Albert. 138. See what we have here for a matchup. Trojans with a 24-6 advantage here over St. Albert. Trying to wrap up the Hawkeye 10 Conference dual season. They'll have Southwest Iowa coming up after this one to wrap up the night. And here we go at 138 pounds. It is Landon Hagen and Ole Messenger of St. Albert. Hagen in on a double. And Hagen, if he gets his head behind, he's going to have 3. He does. 3-0 Hagen escape by Messenger.
Messenger did a good job getting up and out, get that point. He didn't wait down there a little bit. Now they're Hagen has a front head. Snap down, 2-3. He's cutting again. Messenger did a good job getting out. He's going to try to get another takedown. Hagen tries to slide by. Messenger did a good job squaring up, not letting that happen. Messenger has a collar tied to the right side now. Hagen's fighting. He slide by. He's in on the, nice leg attack. Now he's going to work his way up. He has his legs split. He's going to tight waist. Hagen has a tight waist now. He's riding on the left side. He's got the arm trapped down. Hagen has a tight waist. He's got his arm. He's going to try to get a chicken wing here. Try to dig that out. He's digging right. He's now into a hammer now. Hammer lock. So what Hagen did is he trapped his opponent's arm behind them and he squeezed with his legs together and he came underneath for a tilt. Now he's got a 2-on-1 roll through tilt. He's getting back points. Hagen's back leg is up. He's caught his opponent so he doesn't roll through to get the 4, and that's a nice technical match for Hagen.
Yeah, pretty impressive performance by Hagen.
He put a lot of, tilters are deadly in wrestling because they come the points come very fast and they're very cheap. Like a lot of times when you wrestle a tilter and you're getting tilted, you don't even know you're getting tilted half the time. You don't even know you're getting back points because it just feels so different. So tilters are very deadly in the sport of wrestling. They score a lot of points. It's not about pinning. For them, it's usually the tech falls.
Well, those are freestyle wrestlers, right?
They go out.
Those points.
They go.
Well, we go to 150 pounds, 144. Carter Hadley of Atlantic wins by 4 foot. Trojans up 35-6 over St. Albert. Shenandoah and Southwest Iowa going at it. What about number 2? Back to action here with Hadley. Or excuse me, at 150.
This is Hayes?
Yeah, it's Hayes. Calvin Hayes and Sam Raymond. Raymond, a good wrestler for St. Albert, one of their top wrestlers. Hayes tries to get a shot in. Nice defense by Raymond.
Raymond has a front headlock right now. Hayes needs to clear that tile.
Raymond with a takedown almost right.
Hayes did a good job. He had an inside trip. Now he's got Raymond has Hayes and a hammer. He's got his yep. So Raymond had Hayes' hand behind or arm behind him. Just kind of went too far up the back, which is potentially dangerous. You need to stop that and restart that.
Official stop play. Now they'll go back. 126, and Raymond came out. He got a 3-point takedown, up 3-0. Hayes to his feet, and a nice mat return by Raymond.
What happened there?
I'm not sure.
I think. So what happened there? I think what.
Oh boy.
Raymond had a. It looks like Raymond had a claw ride on, and when Hayes stood up, Raymond kept the claw ride. Okay, so when Hayes stood up, he wasn't ready for Raymond to let go. Hayes thought Raymond was going to let go of that claw ride. Raymond did not let go of the claw ride. He kept that, and as Hayes stood up, Raymond pushed him back, and Hayes wasn't ready for that, and his right knee got trapped up underneath him. So when Raymond pushed him back, Hayes' knee got kind of trapped in there, and it probably got twisted a little bit.
So they're tending to Hayes right now is injured. Well, that would be...
It was just an awkward way to come back on that. And generally what happens when someone has a claw ride, they release it when they let you up. What Raymond did is he kept the claw ride, and then he pushed forward, which made Hayes twist his knee a little bit. And so that's what's happened.
So Hayes is down right now, and we're going to take a 30-second timeout while they tend to Calvin Hayes. We'll see. Well, no, they're going to get Calvin up. We'll keep it right here, but I don't think he's going to be able to finish.
Yeah, he's not putting any weight on that.
No weight at all.
We'll want to be careful about that. There's no reason to.
So, Raymond wins by injury default over Calvin Hayes. And that is a huge loss for the Trojans there if we can't get Calvin. There's absolutely no weight putting on that knee.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He'll have to rehab that and look at that right away. You know, that happens sometimes in wrestling. You start wrestling and then you get thrown a different way where you're not used to getting thrown and things get trapped. And you know, when you have your legs, especially your knee, and it's going the opposite way you thought it was going to happen, that's exactly what happened there.
So at 41-6, Atlantic is harder. Wins by forfeit at 57. At 165, Draven Smith is going to come out. We'll have a match at 65. And Atlantic with the lead here, 41-6. Trojans are going to be the Hawkeye 10 Conference dual champions. What a year for Atlantic. Only one loss in duels. They once defeated the Hawkeye 10 as they've clinched this. We still have a ways to go, but Atlantic has clinched this. 41-12, 165. The match right now going on as Hardaway wins by forfeit. It's Micah Hutchinson of St. Albert Draven Smith of Atlantic.
Draven good on a snatch single there. He's worked his way up to the 3. Now he's got to work his way up toward the top. He's got a Navy ride right now, which means he's between his legs. He's going to pull up a little bit, try to get some back points. He needs to capture a wrist there he goes. That's a Navy ride right there.
Yeah, nice move.
That's wrestling from 1987 right there. Yeah, no, that's how I wrestle there. So you're seeing a little bit of...
You like the Navy ride,
Oh, I love Navy rides. You don't see it enough. I'm a big Navy ride guy. I'm a big Oklahoma Navy ride guy. So I'm telling you right now, high schoolers don't see Navy rides very often. And even in college, you don't see them very often. It's real cyclical when it comes to moves, right? Sometimes people like to throw, whatever. But that Navy ride is starting to come back because it's not used. Once it's deployed, it's almost impossible to stop.
6-0 Smith. I was just going to ask you, how do you counter the Navy ride? Back points for Smith here.
Good job. He's got a tight waist. He's going to come around the head, scoop the head up.
That pin.
Yes.
Go back, and there's a 47-12 Atlantic now. They clinched it with Smith at 65. Go back to how do you counter a Navy ride?
So that's a great question. So
and how do you get it in, first of all?
Yeah, well, there are a few moves that in wrestling that once you get in them, and then you get asked, how do you get out? Well, the question is, don't get in them in the first place, right? Which doesn't help you. But in terms of a Navy ride, you know, you have to... I don't know how you stop it. You have to. You've got to keep your hips. You can't let your hip come down to the mat in a Navy ride. Which is easier said than done.
We go to 175, and it's Micah Hutchinson of St. Albert and Draven Smith of Atlantic at 175 pounds here. Nope, but Carter Hamilton and Callan Cleaver, excuse me.
Hamilton, yeah.
Yeah, Hamilton and Cleaver here at 175 as Smith with the fall over Micah Hutchinson at 124. And we've got wrestlers on their feet here. 154 to go in the first period. Atlantic up 47-12. With 75, 90, 215, and 285 to go. There's a shot by Hamilton on Cleaver.
Needs to stuff the head, get his hips back. Stuff that head and move your feet. He's doing a good job keeping his hips back and his legs away. He needs to stuff his head and get him down to the mat now. Cleaver's let him, he's got a front head. Now he's released him a little bit. They're going to start out neutral again. Good defense from Cleveland.
What other moves did you use back in the 80s, Coach? The Navy ride?
The Navy ride. I was a big Oklahoma guy. I was a big John Smith, you know.
Yep.
So when I was growing up, there weren't a lot of wrestlers in my high school room. There were 3, a 355-pound coach and a 98-pound wrestler. So I learned everything from watching PBS wrestling. The Brands brothers, the Brands brothers and Smith from Oklahoma. That's how I learned a lot of my moves. And so I didn't have a lot of pins because I wanted to go out and just wrestle. But that's how I learned a lot of my stuff.
Hamilton with the underhook. Still their feet here. No score. 40 seconds to go, the out of bounds. 41 seconds to go, the out of bounds.
Yeah, one of these two, they're tied up a lot. They need to clear their tie out and create some space for a shot. Whether it's short offense or defense, you can't just be tied up in a collar tie. That's a nice shot. He's got to stuff the head, get his legs back, and move his feet. Cleaver's got to stuff, move, get behind those arms. Clear that hand out. Right now, Hamilton has his hands around his legs. Cleaver's not able to circle because of that. Cleaver needs to stuff his head, which he's doing right now, cross face, and keep moving his feet.
They go out of bounds with 12 seconds in the first period. Pretty evenly matched pair here. No score. Atlantic up 47-12.
Both the wrestlers are getting in on their shots, but they're not able to finish because the other person is getting their hips down.
They have the towel on the official. 2 minutes to go now in the second. A new fresh 2 on the board. No score here. And if Callan Cleaver has the choice, he's going to say, I'm going to go down. And Cohen Hamilton of St. Albert will cover the top.
Cleaver tried to switch, wasn't able to get the arm between the legs, so he gave that up. Right now, Hamilton's in a claw ride right now to his right. Tight waist claw ride. Looks like Hamilton has his Cleaver's leg tied up a little bit. Now he's released it. Hamilton's riding the hips right now. He's got a figure 4 on Cleaver's leg. He's trying to Turk him over and force him over. What Hamilton needs to do is come across the face and pin his shoulder down and come across the body right now. Pick that leg up. Right now he's going to try another. He's got a deep half. He's going to try the other Hamilton. The other side, he still has that leg. He doesn't have quite the back points. He's trying to get him to the foot. There he is. And Cleaver needs to get his hips up. If he were to turn into Hamilton right now, Hamilton would be in trouble because his hips were underneath him a little bit. Hamilton needs to keep his hips up on top. What Cleaver needs to do is sit toward where he has his leg in.
And Hamilton get 2 near fall points, and he'll go back riding again with 58 seconds to go.
Yep. Cleaver needs it. Yep, he's going to try a little switch there. Cleaver's going to try. Now, he needs to be aware a leg probably is coming in and be able to catch that a little bit now. That's part of knowing your opponent as you're wrestling, knowing what they're doing and whatnot. You need to make adjustments real time. Cleaver right now needs to get to a base. Hamilton's trying to get underneath to get to a wrist.
And that's kind of when you talk about wrestlers, is Hamilton continues to ride here with 25 seconds to go, is be able to feel what you're talking about, be able to feel what's going on and have...
Yeah, there's a feel both on top, on bottom, when you feel like the person's losing a position or they're out of position right now. Right now, Hamilton's doing a good job breaking Cleaver's hips down. Cleaver's not able to get to a base right now. Cleaver needs to get to his base and then do some hand fighting. Until you do that, you're going to be flat belly on this, and basically Hamilton's just riding the hips right now.
Close match, 2-0 Hamilton over Callan Cleaver. We have 2 minutes to go in the match. The third period starts with Hamilton down. We'll see what Smith can do on top here.
Yeah, it's important he holds him down, or if not, just at least cut him and try to get the takedown here, because you don't want to stall car. You don't... Nope.
Yeah, Hamilton able to get the points.
Cleaver went up. He tried to throw him, and he was too close to his opponent, and his hips were too close. And what Hamilton, and all he had to do was drive into him to make him fall over. So Cleaver he tried to throw, but his hips were too close to his opponents, and when he did that, he just got pushed over.
Hamilton up 6-0, 1:30 to go in the match. And in control, they go out of bounds. They'll go back to the middle.
6-0. Cleaver's now got to think about how can I score some points, right? This is now, you kind of start throwing stuff to the wind, right? It doesn't matter if you get pinned. You need to start scoring some points here.
He's able to stand up, but...
Cleaver's reached...
Matt returned.
He's trying to get to his base. Hamilton's doing a good job keeping him down. He's in a claw ride right now to the left side over Cleaver. See how he's... Yep. So he's staying... Hamilton's doing a good job. He's staying behind the arms. He's not getting up over where he's out of position. He's between the legs. He's behind the hips. Cleaver is not going to get out unless he builds a base. Hamilton is doing a good job staying behind the arms, and he's splitting those legs, so Cleaver's not able to build that base.
46 seconds to go, and Hamilton up 6-0, and he's certainly in control on top right now.
Tough ride by Hamilton. Again, he's going from side to side, trying each side, trying to lock things up. Cleaver has to move here. He has to try to a Granby or create some kind of action where some points are being scored.
Well, his headset's peeled off now.
Doesn't help either, right? No. When that's going on, and the ref is not going to stop that this close to a match. He's going to let him wrestle it through, but that probably doesn't help it either.
6 seconds to go. It's going to be Hamilton with the decision over Calvin and Cleaver Atlantic at 175. It's going to be 47-15. Atlantic with the lead here over St. Albert. But pretty impressive by Cohen Hamilton. 190. Here we go. Donovan Hedrington will come out for the Trojans. He had an early fall against Shenandoah. And it's going to be Andrew Beckman for the Falcons at 190 pounds. And Donovan Hedrington for Atlantic. Trojans up 47-15. Here we go. Hendrickson, an aggressive 190-pounder. He's going to come at you and come at you. Still kind of surveying the situation here. Now he's got a collar tie. 146 to go. Trying to control that right wrist. Now he's
nice shot to the outside.
Got a good takedown for 3. Here you go.
Yep. Now he's got the foot here. He's going to try to get a Turk here. He's got the leg. He's going to pull the head over, and if he can come across the face and elevate, and he's going to get off the mat there.
Oh, Henry got in quick, and again, we talk about how aggressive he is. He did not waste any time.
No, he goes to work very fast.
3-1 is the escape for Beckman, but Hedrington in control here as he's poised for another shot. Collar tie. Now the underhook.
Donham's going for the underhook here. He's got an inside underhook to the right side. He snatched him down, front headlock. He searched to the other side. Donham went to the other side.
Nice takedown. 6-1, Hedrington.
He's going to cut him again. He wants more points. It's a hard cut. What you like to
6-2.
see.
Beckman gets a pair, 6-2 on the escape, and Hedrington on the hunt again. Collar tie again, Coach.
Yep, inside collar tie. Donovan, he's got a 2-on-1. He's got a Russian tie. Now he comes to an underhook on the opposite side. He's going to throw that by to a single, pick that up to a snatch single, and he threw him right into Oklahoma. I wonder where he got that from.
He must have heard you.
Yeah,
up here.
no, or something like that. So yeah, Donovan does a really good job.
You coach these kids a lot. Though,
I've had them since the 3rd grade.
Yeah.
The last couple of years, I've had the girls, so that's been tough. But now you see that Navy ride right there? That is a Navy ride.
Okay.
Where's he getting that? So he has that back wrist. If he elevates that up, he's going to get back points, right? So I'm not sure if he got back. If you get 2, I got 2 cheap back points.
On the Navy ride. It's 9-2 Hedrington.
All because he elevated that. That's what that Navy ride is. It's a safe move. You're not going to get rolled through. All you got to get a pick up. If you can isolate that back wrist, then you're good. Even if you don't, you elevate the hips. Where the hips goes, that's where the back goes. That's exactly what happened.
Hedrington gets an escape. We start the second period. He was down. It's 10-2 Hedrington now. Both wrestlers on their feet with 1:46 to go in the second period. And they'll go off the mat.
Good. Hopefully Donovan, I know he wants to get some work here. If he can go for the pin, he'll probably do that right now. He just likes to wrestle.
On their feet. Second period early. Atlantic up 47-15 with 3 bouts to go here in this round number 2. Atlantic won the first one over Shen 63-15. Now
he's got an under. Donovan has an underhook there. He's got
on their feet.
Yep. He's going to probably snatch him down. Nice snatch to the right.
Nice
single to the right.
13-2 Hedrington. Nice single leg. Riding the hips now. Now working high.
He's got that right. Yep. He's got the right arm there. He's going to try to maybe dig that out for a hammer. Now he's got a ball and chain. He's got his hand between the legs. He's trying to reach that out. It's back up now. Henderson, he's trying to get that wrist out there. He needs to break his opponent down flat before he can do anything. Otherwise, he's a little bit... He doesn't have full control. He's going to break that hips. He's got the hips down now. Now he's going to try a butcher. He's got the arm. He's going to circle around the head. Pressure on that. Keep pressure on the chest. There it is. Once that arm comes up, on that far side, that's just like a half Nelson. You've got to get that. You've got to break that grip. If you don't, you're going to get points scoring against you.
Hedrington with the fall. And Atlantic extends their lead as they go to 2:15 Draven Thomas will come out for the Trojans. Atlantic.
Oh, guys, nice. The viewers got to see an Oklahoma and a Navy ride all in the same
Navy,
and all in the same match. That's great for all you. I would look at that again. That's such a great ride.
We are on our live video stream, WashingtonToday.com, TV and YouTube, powered by Nishtanet, and also in the radio at KS 95.7 FM. The last match here in round number 2 at 285 pounds. Woolsey had a quick pin against Shenandoah Atlantic at 59-15 here in this round. Atlantic is the Hawkeye 10 Conference dual champions. And they cinched it tonight with a win over Shenandoah, and they've got a win over St. Albert here with just one match to go. And Woolsey really looked good against Shen, and he's often going in the aggressor here at 285 against St. Albert.
Yeah, good head fakes. He's always got a body lock on him. Woolsey's got a body lock. He needs to drive forward here. Keep that arm up. He needs to get off to the side and tee up. There he goes. Oh, his hips are underneath him. St. Albert's almost rolled through. Woolsey did a good job understanding that and stopping that. Good job.
Oh, Woolsey again. 38 seconds for Woolsey. 2 quick pins. 1 under a minute. And Atlantic wins 65-15 over St. Albert. And congratulations to the Trojans.
That was good recovery. Woolsey was in trouble there for a second. His opponent, Woolsey was going for the pin, and the opponent came up. And when he came up, Woolsey wasn't fully squared up, and that caused him to be a little bit uneasy. So he's lucky that the St. Albert wrestler didn't, kind of jam into him. But he was good. He understood he was in trouble there, and he adjusted his hips and flattened back out and readjusted. So that adjustment right there saved him from getting reversed and pinned.
But how much better has Woolsey gotten throughout the season?
Oh, for sure. I saw him from day one when he walked in the wrestling room, and I thought, just like anything else, you never know. If there's one thing in wrestling I do know, you never know what you're going to get, until they get into it, right? And after, I've been coaching for 20-some years, I'm always surprised. I'm always surprised every year of those maybe who have stepped up, maybe those who didn't. But I'm always taken aback by someone steps up and does something. And that's exactly, he's done a really good job of working, trying to get better.
Yeah, he wasn't out last year, right? I mean,
I don't believe so.
A year, and he comes out this season. He's just gotten better and better. Atlantic over St. Albert 63-15. And Atlantic wins over Shenandoah 63-15 to beat St. Albert 65-15. We'll take a 2-minute break. The next match coming up will be Atlantic in Southwest Iowa.
Looking for a reputable carpenter you can trust? Call Matt Benning with Benning Carpentry. Matt and his crew, based out of Atlantic, bring you top-quality craftsmanship backed by over 30 years of experience. From remodels to custom builds, they do it all with precision and professionalism. Call 515-490-6966 today. That's 515-490-6966. Benning Carpentry, where experience meets excellence.
If authentic Mexican food is what you're craving, then come on into Rancho Grande in Atlantic. We're more than just tacos and margaritas, but we do make the best of both. We have appetizers, beef, chicken, seafood dishes, and desserts. Mixed drinks, wine, imported and domestic beers are on the menu too. Dine in or relax on the patio with family, friends, date night, or a quick stop before or after the game. Open 7 days a week. You'll be able to fill in your cravings of authentic Mexican food at Rancho Grande in Atlantic.
At Greg Young, we don't just sell vehicles, we help you find the perfect one. Our extensive dealership network allows for amazing pricing and better vehicle selection. Plus, get a 5-year complimentary maintenance package with a new or used vehicle purchase, oil changes, tire rotations, and peace of mind on us. That's how Greg Young celebrates 25 years. Visit GregYoungAtlantic.com today.
Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you.
Limits apply. See dealer for details.
Hello, I'm Elvis Haas with Elvis Haas State Farm, and we're more than just an insurance agency. We're part of the community, and we hope to soon be part of your family and helping you understand your coverages. We meet with people just like you every day to help prepare them for what life throws at them, covering your auto, home, farm, business, life, and financial services. We help walk you through everything, and we're here for your support. Stop by our location at 1/2 block west of the courthouse. Check us out at Facebook or call 712-243-4673. 4824. Elvis Hass State Farm is there.
Round will be coming up soon. We've got JV matches going on right now. Trojans top Shenandoah 63-15, and they clinched the Hawkeye 10 Conference dual title with a win over St. Albert to 65-15. Now let's go back over that St. Albert matchup here, Coach. Nate Van Horn won by 4 foot at 6. Hunter Kinsey wins by 4 foot at 13. At 120, Keaton Schrader also won by a 4 foot. Atlantic jumped out to an 18-0 lead. And then at 126, Brody Pellet of St. Albert, he got a fall over Colin Harris. Colin came out tough and just wrestling, right? He just got caught, and Brody Pellet got the pin.
Yeah, in wrestling, every time you're on the mat while it's still live, you just kind of got to be aware. And they were on the edge of the mat, and I don't think Colin was necessarily ready for that. What was coming. Wrestling on the edge of the mat, we coach that, we teach that, but it's still kind of I don't want to say a new thing. Kids they let up a little bit when they get to the edge of the mat thinking we're going to start over or whatnot. You can't do that. You can't do that with good teams or with good wrestlers. They know that. They know people let up toward the edge of the mat. And I think in terms of what happened there, he just kind of, I think he just got caught on the edge of the mat is what happened.
Yeah. Well, Colin came out strong anyway, and but give the Falcons credit. They got a win there by Pellet at that point. And then we go to 32. Braxton Haas over Bennett Johnson. Haas has had a tremendous year. He broke that 150-win milestone, and he just, in fact, I'm going to go back to Earlham when Braxton got beat. I mean, Millage, and he'd wrestled him before, and Millage is an outstanding wrestler.
Another Millage, I can't believe it.
Yeah, and that was one of those deals. But it didn't even phase Haas. In fact, it motivated him, and he's been on a tear ever since. Over 150 career wins, well on his way to being a 3-time state qualifier, and he came out impressed again with a pin over Bennett Johnson of St. Albert at 137 and 132. Then at 138, Landon Hagan. He won by tech fall over Ole Messenger of St. Albert.
Yeah, really good match for Hagan. He's I like to see wrestlers who use different moves, not just the same one. You can do the same ones over and over if you execute that to flawlessness, right? But if you have a wrestler that has coming in and doing different moves, which Hagan has done tonight, a lot of different moves, that's a hard wrestler to beat because you don't know what's coming. And so he's very technical. I know he does a lot of stuff in the off season, and so that's nice to see when you have a wrestler who has multiple moves and puts multiple moves, and they're tech following people here and there. They've got something put together there, which is nice.
Carter Hadley won by 4 foot at 44. Then Sam Raymond came out at 150. And he won by, I guess, injury default, what I call it, over Calvin Hayes. Calvin with that knee, and he was taken off, did not hopped off.
Yeah, gosh dang it.
And no pressure on the knee at all.
Yeah. This is like in the other sport, things happen.
Yeah.
Right? You try to mitigate that by being prepared and whatnot. The move that got him there was an awkward thing, and he's just I've seen that before, right, where someone stands up and they're not ready for how they're going to be taken down or whatnot. It was an awkward way to land, and it just twisted his knee somehow. So hopefully that'll be worked out, and he can continue on.
We hope so, for sure. 157, Jaden Harden won by 4 foot. 165, Draven Smith of Atlantic won by a fall over Micah Hutchinson. And Cohen Hamilton and Callan Cleaver. Hamilton wins that by a 6-0 decision, 175. And then Atlantic with Donovan Hedrington, Traven Thomas, and Cooper Woolsey. The guys up top really looked impressive, starting with Hedrington at 190.
Yeah, Hedrington, he's done really well the last few years. This year, he's really been dominant out there. He's very aggressive at every position he wrestles, which is nice. And he's fast, You don't see a lot of 190, 215 pounders that are moving like 145 pounders, and that's one thing he does really well. He moves explosively, right, which is nice.
He had a pin in 3:28. Traven Thomas at 2:15 uncontested, won by 4 foot. And then Cooper Woolsey, he had a quick pin against Shenandoah, and he did it again against Luke Sundberg of St. Albert. He comes out and he gets a pin in 38 seconds. What was he doing right?
Yeah, no, hey, heavyweights, generally, once they get after it, there's not a lot of gray area there. You're either going for the pin or you're going for something. So, in terms of heavyweights, they have big moves generally, and that's exactly what he did. He went out and he was aggressive. In wrestling, aggressiveness wins the day, no matter who you're with, right? So when you're aggressive, under control, you're probably going to win most matches. And Woolsey comes out, and that's what he does. He's very aggressive right off the bat, and he's a strong kid.
You hear the crowd noise wrestling the 285 JVs, and both crowds and teams into that one. It's good to see them really rooting on those young wrestlers, and that might wrap up the JV matches here. Before we get to the final match tonight, it's Southwest Iowa and Atlantic with Coach Mike Grieving, and also with his Knox McCullough. And I like your get up here, buddy. We'll be back in a minute with more from Atlantic. Final match coming up.
At Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic, you'll find the latest apparel and promotional products in the newest colors and designs. Head to Outfitters and work with the design pros to make your customized tees, team apparel, and personalized swag for your business a reality. Whether it's fan apparel for your high school or youth sports team, your business, or you just want to make something your own, you'll have everyone saying, "Where did you get that?" Outfitters will also add your group store online to make ordering a breeze. Get personalized at Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic. Stop in today.
At Oak Point Wealth Management, we're embracing new changes to better serve you. As an independent wealth manager, I'm excited to partner with LPL Financial, bringing you comprehensive tools and resources backed by personalized service and dynamic technology. My focus remains on helping you achieve your financial goals with integrity and care. Visit oakpointwealth.com or call me, Erin Friend, at 712-207-3521 to learn more.
Visit oakpointwealth.com. Call 712-207-3521.
Welcome back. We're between matches here. We got the final one coming up, but first we're going to honor the three seniors, D'Artagnan Hansen for Atlantic, and Donovan Hedrington, and the Braxton Haas will be honored here. Coach, I want to talk about tomorrow night. The Atlantic head girls coach with us doing our color and play-by-play here tonight is Mr. Mike Grieving, and what we're looking forward to tomorrow night. I was going through the list, a lot of rated wrestlers coming in here, but I want to talk about your squad here, Coach, and break it down for us as far as your team and your performers here tomorrow night.
Yeah, we're really excited about regionals. Hard to believe it's here already. Tomorrow we have the weights, they might change here. We're not exactly sure, so I'm not going to give exact weights here, right? But in terms of the wrestlers, freshman-wise, we have Aspen Smith, who just went out. She's been really good. She's got a couple wins here, so she's excited to be entering her first regional for sure. Willow Drake, another freshman coming in, the same thing, learning the ropes, learning what it's like to transition as a junior high to freshman. But she'll be ready tomorrow as well. Willow Drake, Olivia Knuth is coming in. She's had a really great season. She's learning. She's just so hungry for stuff, and I think she's kind of one to watch tomorrow. She could be a dark horse there for sure. 155, Leah. Of course, Leah has been pretty dominant all year round, right? She works all year round, so I think that's probably the toughest bracket tomorrow. I have to look at that. I want to say there's 7 or 9 ranked kids just in her bracket.
There's a bunch.
A bunch. So this is one of the tougher regionals, to be sure, around. So anyone who gets out of it to state has to earn this. You're not just going to walk through this regional. So you're going to have to beat someone or really measure up to get through, because there's at least 2 to 3 or 4 people in there that can upset your day. You better be ready. So Leah's got a really tough bracket. She's excited about it. Josephine Miller, she's coming in. She's had a great year. I know her first, it's so funny, her first goal when coming out was just to win a match. Like that was her goal.
Yeah.
And that's great. For first-timers, that's okay. I'm down with that. And here she is. Like, we're legitimately talking about getting her to the state tournament, right? So it's things like that that are just, we just can't say enough, right? Cadence Kinsey at 115, she's coming back after being out with injury a little bit, so she's ramping up in terms of her progress as well. Lillian Johnson is coming back. She had been out with mono. She's just coming back. She had a nice win at our home tournament, so she's coming back into the lineup, so now we have everyone back here, of course, and now we have Haley as well. She's ranked second. I think Leah's ranked third.
Yeah, she's right in there.
Right.
Yep.
I want to say Cadence, I think, is ranked seventh or
She's
something
ranked
like
seventh.
that. Yep. So we've got some girls in there that have targets on their back, right? They've had them all year round, but the nice thing is, I think we've got a lot of the girls that are healthy now that need to be back. We have a full squad of 9 girls, which we hadn't had pretty much all year round. So they are ready to go. They are very excited for tomorrow. To be able to have it at your hometown is really quite a special thing. So please, anyone who has anything to do with wrestling, come out, support us. I know the girls really love it. It's a regional in general, no matter where it's at, is an incredible atmosphere because I want to say regionals, well, I want to say it's as intense as the state tournament, maybe more because it's more localized, right? You don't go if you don't make it, right? So it gets real intense. It's very emotional. Everything's on the line. There's a lot of movement in girls wrestling in terms of the weights because they're so close together and they fluctuate a lot. So I don't even know. I can't even project who's going to be in what weights anymore because people move around. But we're really excited about it, Tom. Very excited.
We will have coverage on KS 95.7. If you can't make it out, we'll have reports and live coverage of the finals here from Atlantic tomorrow night, right here on KS 95.7. And of course, we'll have coverage of the state wrestling tournament a week later. And so looking forward to that tomorrow night. As the seniors being honored right now, the 3 seniors and the managers for the Atlantic wrestling team. And go ahead, Mike.
Oh, I forgot to mention Faithlin Scholl in there as well. Sometimes I forget with all the lineup there. Faithlin's the freshman as well.
Yes.
Yep, she's in there in the hunt as well. So we're excited. The freshmen are excited to see their first regional. The seniors are ready. They know what's at stake. And so, man, I just, we fight for this to get regionals here, and it is an advantage, right, when we have it in front of our home crowd, but, man, we're so excited. I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, and we've seen Faithlin Scholl a lot in your lineup and results, Coach, and she's had a pretty good year.
I mean, like I say, a freshman coming in, anyone who's, I don't care who you are, when you're coming from middle school to freshman, it's a learning curve.
Yes.
Now you're up against seniors, right? So, Faithlin's done really well in terms of just gritting down and getting through things. It's not an easy thing to do, but anytime freshmen continue to battle through, gosh, I'm on their corner all day.
Very good. Well said, Coach Grieving. Thank you very much. Best of luck tomorrow night. And it's right here. Some great teams coming in here. Some great wrestling going on here tomorrow night in Atlantic. As the girls regional, the top 2 individuals will advance to the state wrestling tournament in Coralville. Well, we're getting set for our final match tonight. We'll take 1 minute and 1 timeout here, a 30-second break. We're back right after this.
When you're on the go, it's all about convenience. Add fantastic food, beverages, plus BP superior fuels, and you have Olson's BP in Atlantic. From sunup to sundown, we're the keep you going store. From our loaded breakfast burritos and Bunker Dunker donuts to our delicious Champs chicken and pizza to go, we have the food you crave. Don't forget the cold beer in the beer cave. Stop in and fill her up. There's always something you need at Olson's BP, the keep you going store, 2nd and Locust in Atlantic.
Welcome back to Atlantic as we're going to have a match for Dayton Van Horn. 106 pounds. We're ready to go here. Southwest Iowa, Max Mount of Southwest Iowa, Dayton Van Horn of Atlantic. And we're underway here at 106. Trojans beating Shen 63-15. They top Shenandoah 65-15. Dave Van Horn in on a double, and he gets the takedown. He's up 3-0 on Mount right out of the gate here, Coach.
Nice shot, nice aggressiveness. He continues to wrestle to the edge. Van Horn's an explosive wrestler, so it's fun to watch.
Mount will go down as they went out of bounds, and Van Horn is going to let him up here. He's up 3-0, 18 seconds into the match. And there's the release, and it's 3-1. Mount and Van Horn at 106 as they circled around that A right there in the middle of the mat. Final round tonight. Shot by Van Horn again, Coach. He gets into that single, worked up the ladder here, and he gets 3 more.
Nice, yeah. Nice little takedown there. He gets in there. He's got the half Nelson in pretty deep. He's going to stack him up here. He's got the leg trapped. So that's an incredibly hard spot. Your opponent, when you have your leg trapped underneath, he's let that go. He's got the arm trapped now. He's probably he's got pressure forward there. He's keeping him flat. Van Horn does a good job keeping him flat. Now he's going to cut him, try to get some more points by getting on his feet here.
He's up 10-2 in the first 60 seconds.
Shot to the inside. He's going to come up, probably try an Iranian here. He's going to get the one leg up. He's going to come up the back and get his 3.
13-2. Van Horn working on a tick fall here with 50 seconds to go in the first period. It's been all Van Horn.
Van Horn has the leg hooked, his inside leg hooked, and now he has a wrist ride now. He'll probably roll into a tilt here, is my guess.
30 seconds to go in the first period. 13-2 Van Horn. He tries to get an arm bar going. Now a wing. He's trying to wing that left arm. Boy, Mount was about pinned, too. Give him credit for getting out of that early. There's a chicken wing.
And Van Horn has the chicken wing, and he also has the wrist, not anymore, but he had the wrist tied there. Now he's got a hammer. He's got the wrist to the mat. He's got him up opposed. He exposed the wrist. Now he's got back points.
And time runs out.
So when Van Horn had the hammer, as soon as he lifted the arm up, he got back points.
Tech fall for Van Horn, 17-2. He did in the first period with a second left. Dave Van Horn, his only match tonight. He went 3-0, 2 forfeit wins, and now he wins by tech fall at 106 pounds. Atlantic up 6-0 on Southwest Iowa. Then we go to 113 pounds. We'll have a match here. Hunter Kinsey for the Trojans will come out. And for Southwest Iowa, Evan Lang at 113 pounds. And both wrestlers are ready to go. Here we go.
Kinsey with the inside collar tie. Fighting for the inside there.
Both separate again. Kinsey goes down to a knee, and shot attempt by Lang. Nice sprawl by Kinsey. Good defensive move. Now Kinsey tries to get in, but he's in a little bit of trouble there.
Kinsey took a shot far away, but he was able to...
no, there he got it.
To recover. Yep. He kept with it, and he stayed with the point.
3-0 Kinsey with the 3.
Look, is he going to try a spladle? Yes. It looks like he's spladle.
Oh, man, look at that. He's got him on his back. Kinsey may get a fall. He did. He got a fall in 49 seconds.
Fall by spladle. What happens is Lang, when he tried to quad pod up, Kinsey went across the leg. He had the leg in already. He got the cross leg and his, like a tilt, leaned back, and that's what they call a spladle. You don't see it a lot, but it happens more than often, I think.
So it's going to be 120 now, and for Atlantic, it'll be Keaton Schrader, the Roland Dyer tournament champion, the John J. Harris tournament champion, ranked in the state. Schrader ranked number 10 at 120. It's going to be Schrader and Otto Wiederquist. Otto Wiederquist of Southwest Iowa. Our third match, Atlantic up 11-0 with a tech fall and a pin. With Van Horn getting the tech fall and Kinsey getting the pin. And we're going here at 120 pounds.
Schrader, another high, fast-paced wrestler. He's very technical. He does a good job moving. He's got Wiederquist behind him now, right? Not as a takedown. Schroeder is squared his hips.
Oh, nice move.
Yep.
He turned his face and got the
Turn his face and now he's got a leg in. Schroeder has a leg in. He's trying to get the arm back for a little bit of a tilt there.
Schroeder 3-0 with a takedown. Now he's got Wiederquist on his back. He may get a pin here.
Yeah, he's got.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, he had his arm trapped underneath there. Schroeder was a little high, but he was high enough to where his opponent couldn't get off his back.
49-second fall for Keaton Schrader of Atlantic at 120. Now we go to 26. Colin Harris of Atlantic will come out. And waiting to see, I don't know if we're going to have a match for Harris at 26. I don't believe so. Harris will win by 4 foot at 126. Atlantic up 23-0. So we'll go to 32 with Braxton Haas, the senior, for the Trojans. Harris wins by 4 foot. Haas comes out at 132. And I don't see anybody going to challenge Haas for Southwest Iowa, so it will be a 4 foot win for the senior here. Braxton Haas a win. And it's 29-0 Atlantic with a lead. 138. And we're going to have a match here, Coach Greavy.
Nice.
Size it up for you here. Atlantic up 29-0 with Van Horn winning by tech fall and Kinsey winning by a fall for the Trojans. Schrader, Harris, and Haas all winning by 4 foot. And we'll have a contested match here at 138 with Landon Hagen of Atlantic and Paxton Campbell of Southwest Iowa. Again, Hagen comes out. He comes out low as well.
Yeah. Nice little fireman's up.
Yeah.
Both kind of sizing each other up. Hagen is low, stays low. Neither of them are really engaging. They're just kind of playing each other out right now. Kind of see. Oh, nice underhook. 2 of 3. He shucked him by. Southwest tried a stand-up cradle, but Hagen stopped that right away by standing up, elongating his body so that doesn't happen, so it doesn't let him lock it up.
$1:14 to go the first period. 29-0 Atlantic, and Hagen up 3-0 here.
He's doing a good job standing up. He needs to clear his hips away. Okay. Now he's up. He needs to hand fight here. Stay up there. He's going to cut him.
3-1 Hagen. Under a minute to go. Both on their feet again as Hagen likes that low setup. 34 seconds to go here in this first period. 3-1. Landon Hagen with the lead. Here's a shot attempt. Southwest Iowa, and he's going to get the 3-point takedown.
Yeah, good job getting that single. He lifted him up in the air so he doesn't have time to sprawl, and then just took him down. Now he's cut him for the 1.
Campbell with the points. 6-2 in favor of Hagen. There's a shot by Hagen.
Hagen's on the leg. He's got it elevated now. Campbell is fighting. Nice circle dump.
Oh, no points. Time ran out. Hagen almost got a 3-point takedown, but not in time.
Hagen was in the middle of a circle dump, meaning he had the leg up and he was pulling down underneath to bring him down to the ground. While that was happening, time ran out on Hagen, so he wasn't able to get that takedown. It was just a matter of seconds there, but good job by Hagen getting it up in the air and stepping back, and pretty much hiking that leg through his so he can come down, but he just ran out of time. That's why he didn't get the points.
Well, we've got a blood timeout. 29-0 Atlantic here in the match. Hagen up 6-2, and they'll get Hagen cleaned up. Campbell, Paxton Campbell wrestling for Southwest Iowa. And Hagen for Atlantic. So we'll start the second period, and Campbell deferred, so Hagan will have his choice here.
Hagan's doing a good job trying to be aggressive, but Campbell's very fast, and he looks pretty strong and fast there, so he's reacting to anything Hagan is doing to him. He's not just giving points up, and that's what's making this a little bit of a dominant role for Campbell. Campbell, now, hey, optional start. Campbell comes down, tries to get to a cradle. Hagan stands up. Campbell still has the leg. Now he's free. Hagan got his point.
Clock never started there, it did.
Oh.
It just kicked in just now.
Good.
Still 6-3. Hagan, they go out of bounds again here.
Oh.
So Campbell and Hagan will be up here at 138. 147 to go in the second period. As Hagan looking for an opening here, and Campbell coming on the defense here for Southwest Iowa. Hagan down low, and there's a shot by Campbell, and a counter by Hagan. Campbell had a headlock here, Coach. There's a single shot by Hagan.
Hagan's back in on a single. Campbell's trying to fight that with the whizzer. He comes underneath. Hagan was ready for that.
Nice job by Hagan. Ties it up at 6. And we've got to believe in it.
So what happened was Campbell was taken out by Hagan, and so Campbell grabbed the head, I think. Did he give him a penalty point?
Yeah.
So what happened was Campbell grabbed the head without a arm, and I think that caused the penalty point.
Yeah, but it's now 7-6. Hagan with the 1-point lead, and we've got an injury timeout here, and we'll take it with them. Maybe. I think they're getting Campbell up. Yeah, Paxton's going to get up here. I believe he'll be able to finish, so we'll keep it right here. Lining up 29-0 here in round number 3. Paxton to Campbell. And the lead. Hagan able to get it tied up, and now up 7-6.
Yeah, Hagan needs to keep moving here. Campbell is taking a little bit of a injury timeout here. Hagan needs to keep the intensity up. Campbell is fast and he's strong. He's not going to give. He's not going to concede moves away. So whatever you finish, better be a clean finish. Hagan needs to be strong here. Keep him down. He's got a minute 13. Try to ride him out here. If he can score a point, great. If not, the main point, don't let him out. Don't let him score a point here.
Hagan will cover. Campbell able to get up and switch and get the point. It's now 7-7, Coach.
Yep, not even really contested there. Hagan let him up for the most part. Now they're 7-7. Minute left. This is what you want on your feet. You want to be able to finish the round with a score. If you get a takedown here, you're up 3-0, and then you can reevaluate by the third period here.
.46 seconds. They go out of bounds. Hagan about got a takedown.
Yeah, Campbell had double unders and was trying to throw Hagan. And what happened was as he was throwing, Campbell didn't have his hips right underneath. He didn't have any leverage to throw. And so what happened was Hagan pushed into him, and they were out of bounds. Had they been closer to the center of the mat, Campbell probably would have been thrown to his back.
37 seconds to go. Shot by Hagan. Nice sprawl by Campbell. Now he's got an underhook.
Yep. Campbell's got an underhook. Hagan's got an over-under. I think Campbell's looking for a throw here. Hagan needs to be aware of that and know that he's out here trying to throw.
7-7 tie. 29 seconds to go in the second period.
Yeah, good action here.
Yeah.
Campbell has an over tie. Campbell has a collar tie. Kind of lull. They're still trying to figure out, trying to angle. Not a whole lot of movement here. Campbell with the snap down. Hagan recovers back up. They're back neutral now.
8 seconds to go. Second period. Still anybody's match. You're tied at 7-7. Who's going to get a takedown? There's a shot by Hagan.
Shot by Hagan. He's got to finish this. Bring it up. You got 2 seconds left.
Not going to happen.
Good job. Good aggressiveness. You got to try, right? So Hagan, he went on the attack.
We're going to go to the third period. Tied at 7-7. Hagen up, and Campbell has the advantage because he's down here.
Yeah, Campbell's down. Hagen's got to figure out, hey, if I can't score, if I cannot turn him, it's best just to cut and try. He went to his back, and he paid for it now.
Action again with 1:18 to go. Campbell stands, he gets a switch and the point. Now it's 14-9. 1:12 to go. Both on their feet.
Yep, Hagen cuts them. They're both on their feet now. It's just where Hagen is comfortable. Hagen needs to be careful here because Campbell now is probably looking for a big move, looking for a throw, looking for something for a feet-to-back type of move. He knows there's a minute left, so I suspect Campbell will try some big moves. Hagen needs to recognize that these moves are coming. If he can be aggressive and shut it down, he should try to do that.
Hagen by 5, 14-9, 46 seconds to go. Both on their feet.
Hagen's being smart about this. He's not just rushing in and whatnot. He's got a fireman's now. He hit the fireman's. Hagen did. He's got him the takedown, and he's looking for back points.
17-9. Hagen, he scored 10 straight.
Nice fireman's there. Oh, cross wrist ride right now. He's got his arm chopped. Now they're up to their feet here.
$1:32 to go in the first period. Atlantic up 33-0. And we're at 144 pounds. Hadley came out of the blocks in a hurry, up 3-1 over Blake Schaff of Southwest Iowa. Now Hadley again. He's going to get another 3-point takedown. And he's up 6-1, Coach.
Yeah, Hadley's dominating his opponent right now. He's doing a really good job. He's got that cross wrist there. Hadley has a cross wrist. He's probably to come to a tilt. There he goes.
Oh, nice tilt. Hadley getting points.
He's got that arm trap. He's got the wrist, and he's got the arm now. Now he's got to get his hips up, make sure he's made an adjustment. Hadley has. Good job.
Pin for Hadley. 1 minute, 4 seconds. Atlantic up 39-0.
So that was a really good example of someone who was in the process of getting back points, right, with that tilt, and he was getting that. But he knew he wasn't going to be able to hold that forever, Hadley. So he had to let go and make that adjustment. And as he made the adjustment, he went right back into that half. So he transitioned into one back point move into another, and that's what you'd like to see. You know you're losing something, you got to let it go and transition to the next thing. And if you can do that from winning points from one thing to the other, that's the recipe for success, Tom.
So Atlantic will forfeit at 50 with Calvin Hayes' injury against the St. Albert. So Nash Moreland of Southwest Iowa wins by a forfeit. It's now 39-6. We go to 157 pounds. Jaden Harder will come out for Atlantic, and we'll get Southwest Iowa's Flint Bell comes out at 157. Bell and Harder at 57 for Atlantic and Southwest Iowa. Atlantic up 39-6 in this one. They beat Shen 63-15 and St. Albert 65-15. Harder ranked number 9.
Harder has a Russian tie right now, trying to. There's the Merkel right there. So that step right now, he's got the inside leg to the inside there, hooked, and he has his outside headlock. That is called a Merkel. And as soon as they went down, that's when you got 3. It's such an unnatural position. It's such a different move. Right now, Harder has a ball and chain. He's right going for the half. He's kept that. He's locked it up to a cradle now. He's got to be careful. Keep his hips up.
He's got it.
Keep his hips up. It's kind of an odd way to do the cradle, but it's... There you go. Now he's on top.
Well, I believe...
Oh, yep, that's okay.
Yeah.
Now he needs to come up under that leg. Keep that leg between his legs. Harder's got to be careful here, right?
He's high.
Yeah, he's a little bit high. If his opponent starts wiggling out...
There's
there
the
you
pin.
Go. Yep. You just got to make sure you keep your back, because I've seen people, you think you're pinning someone, but you're pinning yourself. Yeah. So I think Harder's been around. He's done that enough to know that you got to watch your own back.
Harder with the fall for Atlantic is 57. 165. Here comes Draven Smith for the Trojans. Atlantic at 45-6. on the final match of the night here. And we'll catch Southwest Iowa. They're going to bring out, check that here. Getting harder with that fall in 118 over Flint Bell. And we go to 165. Still waiting for the Southwest. There he comes for the Warriors.
165 pounds, between
Cullen Ward for the Warriors and Draven Smith for the Trojans. 150, 165. Smith on a double. A deep double gets to 3 right out of the gate.
Nice penetration. Nice setup. He's going to cut him and do that again. That takedown was fairly easy for him. We want to get some more points here.
3-1 Smith with the lead. And we'll 30 seconds in. Well, there's another shot. Ankle pick.
Nice little ankle pick there.
Yeah, no points yet. Now he's going to work up the ladder to get the double. He gets 3. Now it's 6-1.
He's captured the other leg. He'll probably get one more here. He wants to come into this, get it having 9 points to 2. This is what he wants to get to.
Yeah.
There's that shot again.
Putting on a clinic here. He gets another 3.
Yep.
Yep. Like you mentioned, Coach, 9-2 now. He's 3 takedowns in a second here. Under a minute to go.
Yep. He's got the chicken wing in here now. He's probably going to run that. He's looking for that outside wrist. No, he's going to stack him up here. Oh, he's got the wrist tied like a tight waist, and he also has a chicken wing. So Draven's going to plant that knee, and he's going to stack him up over it. There's the knee. There's the stack.
And there's the pin. Almost.
He needs to sink his hips here. Draven does.
Oh, there he's got the leg.
Figure forward. I don't know.
He's figure forward.
You can't do that.
You don't see a lot of that.
No,
There's the pin. Smith, 137 to fall. The figure 4.
Yeah, good job, Draven, shooting. If you in wrestling, if you don't have an explosive shot for a double, you have to have a good single attack to both sides of the leg. Draven does a really good job. He doesn't necessarily have the explosion for the double. If you don't have that, then you better have a good attack to both legs from the stance you're in. So Draven does a really good job of that.
Calvin Cleaver wins by 4 from Atlantic at 175. And we go to 190. Hedrington of Atlantic will come out and get a 4-foot win. 63 to 6 Atlantic. Draven Thomas will have a match for the Trojans at 215. And it's B. Thomas of Atlantic. And we'll catch Southwest Iowa. 2 matches to go at 215 and 285. Thomas has had a good night for the Trojans. And still waiting for the check-in here at 215. 63 to 6. Atlantic with the lead, and they are the Hawkeye 10 Conference champs in the dual standings as they beat St. Albert and Shenandoah tonight. Now the Southwest Iowa non-conference matchup. Atlantic up 63 to 6. Here we go at 215 pounds. And it is Thomas and Garrett Thompson of Southwest Iowa for the Warriors. Single by Thomas. And he's working to get the 3, and he does. 3-0 Thomas.
Good job circling around, staying on that leg to get the 3. He needs to get his legs back for the hard cut. He didn't wait long enough for that single release. He shot too fast, so they didn't get the point. But he's actually in a decent position. He needs to probably step through. He needs to get his leg back.
Yeah, Thomas got that leg.
Yeah, Thomas got it. There we go.
Potentially dangerous. Draven Thomas came right back out. He got the takedown. He's up 3-0. Against Garrett Thompson of Southwest Iowa. 2 matches left. This one in 285.
Thomas is in that single. He's a little stretched out there. Back up, no points scored. Thomas has to be a little bit more explosive when he comes through that. Otherwise, he gets stopped to his knees. There he is. He's up. He needs to trip probably here. There we go. He needs to stay behind the arms. Thomas is a little off to the right now. Now he's behind the arms. Good.
6-1 Thomas with a takedown. 48 seconds to go in the first period. He's going to work
He's trying to get to that hammer lock.
Yeah.
He's trying to dig the arm out. This is Thomas. Thompson needs to build his base. He needs to keep his elbows in and build his base. Try to get, there's the base. Now it's a fight to clear hands. Nothing happens until you get to your base, Tom. Thomas, good job. He's got that wrist there.
Got an arm bar.
He's going to try to pop up there and elevate his head and come through if he can. This is Thomas. No, he's going to adjust. Thompson up. He's up.
I don't believe Thompson got a point yet, did he?
Yeah,
No, he did. Okay, 6-2. There it is.
Did he give him the point?
6-2 is a count here with the first period coming to an end. So it looked like Traven Thomas of Atlantic might get a pin, but...
he just fought. Thompson fought his way through that.
Good job by Garrett Thomas.
Yeah, for sure. Thompson got out at the last second there. You don't want to see people escaping right before the scoring points before the period, so you want to be mindful of that. Right now, Thomas has Thompson's leg trapped there. Thompson is not a leg rider, and what Thomas needs to do is pull his leg up, sit toward his leg as he's doing, right? Separate his feet, get his arm around his waist, and probably come with a half.
Oh, how about that? Reversal by Traven Thomas. Now he's got Thompson on his back, working for the fall with 1:30 to go.
Thomas is transitioning to a head.
Nice ball. Traven Thomas, describe that move in the pin, Coach.
Well, what Thomas did, he did a really good job of getting his hips set in the back position, right? So he's always trying to pull up on there, and Thomas does a really good job when he adjusts his weight, and you have all that weight up top. That's a really hard thing to do. You're not going to get a whole lot. It's hard to get that weight off once you've got up there, especially if you get a headlock. So Thomas did a really good job of not overcommitting to things and finishing that out.
Well, Woolsey coach gets a forfeit at the end. And Atlantic beats Southwest Iowa 75-6. They top St. Albert 65-15. And they defeated Shenandoah 63-15. Hey, we've got the match of the meet coming up here, Coach. It's brought to you by State Farm Elvis Hash, your local to good neighbor. We've got to pick the match of the meet coming up here right after this.
Hello, I'm Elvis Hass with Elvis Hass State Farm, and we're more than just an insurance agency. We're part of the community, and we hope to soon be part of your family and helping you understand your coverages. We meet with people just like you every day to help prepare them for what life throws at them. Covering your auto, home, farm, business, life, and financial services, we help walk you through everything, and we're here for your support. Stop by our location at 1/2 block west of the courthouse. Check us out at Facebook or call 712-243-4824. Elvis Hass State Farm is there.
If authentic Mexican food is what you're craving, then come on into Rancho Grande in Atlantic. We're more than just tacos and margaritas, but we do make the best of both. We have appetizers, beef, chicken, seafood dishes, and desserts. Mixed drinks, wine, imported and domestic beers are on the menu too. Dine in or relax on the patio with family, friends, date night, or a quick stop before or after the game. Open 7 days a week. You'll be able to fill in your cravings of authentic Mexican food at Rancho Grande in Atlantic.
At Oak Point Wealth Management, we're embracing new changes to better serve you. As an independent wealth manager, I'm excited to partner with LPL Financial, bringing you comprehensive tools and resources backed by personalized service and dynamic technology. My focus remains on helping you achieve your financial goals with integrity and care. Visit oakpointwealth.com or call me, Erin Friend, at 712-207-3521 to learn more.
Visit oakpointwealth.com. Call 712-207-3521 to learn more about how Oak Point Wealth Management can help you pursue your financial goals.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best.
Good to Atlantic as we've got to get to our match of the meet brought to you by State Farm and Elvis Hass, your local good neighbor. It was a tough decision here. I think we're going back to this particular duel here, Coach. And you talked about
that Smith and Campbell, perhaps.
Yeah, we're going to back up here and we'll go over. Dayton Van Horn defeated Max Mount by a tech fall at 106 here against Southwest Iowa. Hunter Kinsey had a pin over Evan Lang at 113 for Atlantic. Keaton Schrader, he pinned Otto Wiederquist of Southwest Iowa at 120. Colin Harris won by 4 foot at 26. Braxton Haas won by a 4 foot at 132. Landon Hagen over Paxton Campbell at 138 by 19-9 major decision. I think you were talking about that match.
Okay, yeah. So that match, in terms of the match, not the duel, obviously the numbers just don't bear out, but in terms of the match itself, right? As soon as Campbell tried the throw, and that was unsuccessful, that really changed the match.
Yes.
That was a huge swing. I think it was 8-8 or 7-8 or something when that happened, and then after that it was, you got back points, and then Smith was able to kind of finish the round out without having to be dominant, right? So that move right there changed everything for the match. Without that back point, that throw by Campbell trying that, who knows? It'd probably certainly be closer. It'd be a shootout trying to get to the end of that. But that one move changed everything for the match.
There you go. So we're going to give it to Landon Hagen. How about that? And he had a good night as well. Landon Hagen is the Elvis Haas State Farm Insurance Match of the Meet, your local good neighbor. We'll take another timeout. We'll wrap things up here from Atlantic right after these.
Why is the oxygen tank empty again?
Empty? That's impossible. I just filled it.
You didn't leave the valve open, did ya? How many times do I gotta say it? Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty.
Amy Jo, this isn't rocket science. It's farm science.
Let me guess. Acetylene's empty too. Yep, knew it. Funny how the tanks are empty, but someone around here is still full of hot air.
What'd you say?
I said Atlantic Ag and Auto, your locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts store, has welding supplies. Save the lecture, skip the arguing, and just call 712-254.
At Greg Young, we don't just sell vehicles, we help you find the perfect one. Our extent
95.7 FM. Atlantic wins 3 tonight, 63-15 over Shenandoah, 65-15 over St. Albert, 75-6 over Southwest Iowa. And we are joined by Atlantic head coach Tim Duff, and Trojans with a dominating performance, all three, coach. And first of all, congratulations. You were the conference champions.
Yeah, that was a goal for the kids at the start of the season. Always a tough conference night in, night out. So winning the Hawkeye 10 dual title is an accomplishment for these guys and something, that they'll always remember.
Coach, talk about some of the highlights of the night here.
I thought there were some good matches. It was kind of one of those things. I thought we did a good job scoring on our feet. Our hand fight, it is improving. We still got to work a little bit on some setups, getting our opponent to step. But all in all, I thought our kids were aggressive on our feet, and that showed. We got on a number of takedowns, and we were able to kind of catch and release, or take down and let them up, and try to score a few more points, a few more takedowns to build on the lead, and then we worked pretty good on top. So, a good end of the regular season duels. We turn our focus Saturday, heading down to Glenwood. Hawkeye 10 tournament should be a fun tournament down there.
Your thoughts on the tournament? Obviously, Glenwood will be one of the favorites, along with you guys, obviously. Who else?
Yeah, I think you got Glenwood, Lewis Central. I think those are probably the top two teams. They have some real good top-end guys, some guys, a number of champions, and that tournament oftentimes comes down to what team can have the most individual champions. For us, we've got to come out and wrestle and see if we can place as high as we can and put a few guys in the finals and see if we can hang around. And, we're going to score a bunch of bonus points to keep up with Glenwood and Lewis Central with their top-end guys that are going to place real high. So hopefully we can come out and score some pins early, stay in it and see what happens at the end to see if we can, get into that final round where we're kind of within distance to try to make a run on those guys.
Well, Coach, another great performance tonight. Congrats on the Hawkeye 10 Conference Dual Championship. Now you're headed for a back-to-back tournament championship.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Tom. I appreciate all the coverage. Go Trojans.
A lot of fun, Coach. Thank you very much. Atlantic head coach Tim Duff joining us here on our post game, brought to you by State Farm. Elvis Haas, your local good neighbor. We will be in Glenwood on Saturday for reports, and then the finals live on KS 95.7 FM. And also, we'll have Knox with us. Knox McCullough will have live video coverage of that meet as well coming up on Saturday. We'll be back to wrap things up, but first, this from Elvis Haas, your State Farm insurance agent, your local good neighbor.
Most well-known slogans in America, but what does it mean?
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop, with locations in Atlantic.
Atlantic wins 3-9 over Shenandoah, St. Albert, and Southwest Iowa. Great job, Mike. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. And hey, we'll have coverage tomorrow night of the girls regionals. Here, the top 2 individuals ahead of the state wrestling tournament. I'm sure you're looking forward to that.
Yeah, no. Thanks for having me, Tom. This was fun. I've always enjoyed your coverage, and we're in the thick of it now. We're super excited. It's upon us right now. The talk is over. Now it's time to go out and perform. If you have any questions about what girl wrestling is all about in the state of Iowa, I would recommend coming out tomorrow. You're going to see some very, very good wrestlers trying to get the top 2 spots.
If you thought the tournament last Saturday was very well done, by the way, and very competitive, it's going to be even more so tomorrow night here. The top 2 individuals will advance the Girls State Wrestling Tournament. And Coach Grieving, best of luck to you. And thank you very much for tonight, and look forward to working with you in the future.
Of course.
Big thanks to Knox McCullough as well, and thank you for joining us here for high school wrestling on KS 95.7 FM. Reports starting at 4:20 tomorrow afternoon right here on the radio, and we'll have live video coverage of the Hawkeye 10 Conference Boys Wrestling Tournament coming up on Saturday. For Coach Grieving and for Knox McCullough, I'm Tom Robinson and saying good night.